Hey guys, John Crestani here. So first off, happy to see you guys all on this webinar. Really excited to be connecting with you guys again. And let me know by putting down a 1 or a yes in the chat box if you guys can see the slide on my screen all right, and if you guys can hear me, if everything's coming through all right, because we've got an awesome training today and I want to make sure there's no technical difficulties. Cool, awesome, great stuff. I'm seeing lots of yeses, audio visuals working all right. Okay, cool, so we'll get on with it. Now, I want to introduce to you guys today a guy who I've been friends with for quite a number of years now, actually. His name's Adrian Morrison, and he's been just an absolute powerhouse in this industry. He's been around for a while, and he's very well known. I mean, you may have heard about him. He's authored 250,000, or he's sold 250,000 books, which is kind of a big deal. So I'm sure quite a number of you have already maybe bought one of his books or heard about him. But he talks about e-commerce success and he's going to talk with us today about some of the ways he's been able to make a lot of money. I think he's sold over $20 million or something at this point of products online. That's from what I last heard. And he's going to show you how to basically, what he does with Facebook targeting. He actually does no targeting and to sell e-commerce products. And it's absolutely amazing. It's really cool stuff. We mastermind together on a fairly frequent basis, and he drops me some really good gold nuggets which I use. So I asked him to basically present some of the stuff he's been going over with you guys, and yeah, without further ado, take it away, Adrian.
Hey everyone, Adrian Morrison here. Man, I am so excited to be here. I am so excited to be showing you this awesome business model that I've been using to build a $4 million business over the last 12 months. It is mind-blowing. And I'm doing it with products that I never see and products I never touch, products I don't even ship. I don't even own these products, but I'm getting paid big bucks. So I just literally to market them online, and I'm building this massive business too, and I'm going to show you step by step right here on this live training exactly how to duplicate my strategy. So once again, my name is Adrian Morrison. Thank you so much for being here and having me. We're going to be giving away some cash money live on this webinar. So at the very end of the webinar, we're going to be giving away some free money. You can win that just simply by being here. It's totally random selection. And I'm going to go ahead, and I just want to tell you right now, that's me on the screen. You can see signing the Facebook wall. But I work very closely with Facebook because I use Facebook marketing for my business, right? And I want to show you a conversation because this is between me and my Facebook advertising executive, okay? Let me show you this. I'm going to make the screen really big. So you should be able to see this slide now with our conversation. And I have to blur out my Facebook rep's picture because it's private info. He didn't, he doesn't want people message him all over Facebook. He works for Facebook. And I got to tell you, you've got to be making a lot of money and spending a lot of money in order to have a direct rep at Facebook. But he said, holy moly, Adrian, these are crushing it. And down there you can see what says Adrian Morrison. It says, did you see the video ad that I'm pushing them to? So what I'm doing here is I've written a little ad, just a simple little ad on Facebook, and it's generating big bucks, insane amounts of viral traffic for me, so much so that it even blew away my Facebook rep. Now, I'm going to show you what was so crazy that it blew a Facebook advertising executive's mind, which is pretty big if you ask me. All right, so some of the things we're going to talk about tonight is how I'm earning money online and on Facebook and on any other platform up to the tune of $235,000 with my video ad strategy. Another strategy we're going to go over is my $227,000 gift strategy. We're going to talk about licensed artwork. So you could get this crazy awesome art from famous artists and you could print it on t-shirts and handbags and stuff, and you could start selling it. But remember, no inventory. You never see it, you never touch it, you never ship it. So I'm excited to show you that. We have so much stuff here that we're going to be going over, but I'm going to make it very, very simple for you. So once again, I'm Adrian Morrison. This is me. I go visit the Facebook headquarters all the time. I have the great honor of being invited to sign the official Facebook wall right there, and I did it in permanent marker. So everybody that I show this to, it blows their mind because it's a big deal to be invited up there and then to be asked to sign that wall. I've worked very hard to get there, but I want to show you how I went from zero, completely nothing, someone who literally barely skated his way through college. I've got a history degree and I barely got that, right? All the way to mega success here online using simple Facebook ads, selling products that I don't ever have to see, touch. I don't even own them. I don't even ship them. So if that's got you excited, go ahead and say in the box, I'm excited. Just go ahead and say in the chat box, I am excited, right? So let's go ahead and let's dive into this presentation. I want to start out by showing you 1 full year's worth of reports. So just one of my businesses. All right, so I'm going to show you the quarterly reports for just one of my online stores, okay? And I have multiple. This is just one. So in Q1, when I first started, I earned $728,000 in a single quarter. Wow. Right? That's crazy. I mean, look over there where it says Facebook at the top right. I made $322,000 just from Facebook traffic. And then the other traffic's from emails and direct traffic, but $728,000. Now listen, I'm not here to say that you're going to make $728 grand in the next quarter. Let's be honest. You're probably not, all right, because you're brand new and I have experience. But how many of you in here would be elated, ecstatic, if you were to earn a fraction in the next quarter of what you see on the screen right here? Just say me in the chat box. Remember, I'm looking over here because I got another computer over here. I can see the chat box, okay? So this isn't about making millions and billions of dollars or anything like that right out of the gate. It's about learning how I'm doing it, duplicating my strategy, right? And then getting started with your own results. Now, let's look at Q2, all right? So Q2, I made $483,000. Of course, on Facebook, I did 350 grand. You can see it there in the top right. All right, Q3, I did $492,000. Now, why am I showing you this? I mean, wasn't the screenshot on the first quarter good enough? I mean, you get it. I've earned a lot of money with just one single online store. Listen, there's a lot of junk out there. There's a lot of people out there that have no clue what they're doing. They're just, they're gurus. They're self-glorified gurus, and they're teaching things that they've never actually done before. And a lot of people also, they have a little bit of success. Like, let's say they make like 10 grand, and then all of a sudden they think that they're a guru and a coach and a mentor. Look, you should not be teaching somebody how to do something unless you are an expert at it. And how do you know if somebody's an expert? Consistency, right? If someone can consistently earn money, right, then they are an expert. If somebody just earns money really fast and then it stops, well, then they got lucky, right? The experts are the one that can consistently earn money. How many of you in here would like to learn from somebody and agree that it's important for your success to learn from somebody that's in the trenches, that's truly doing what they're teaching you and really does have massive success doing exactly what they're teaching you how to do? Just type a 5 in the chat box if you agree with me on that, because that's what I'm showing you here. I'm showing you consistency. I'm showing you that I'm in the trenches, that I do this stuff, and I'm about to show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm opening up my playbook for you. Let's look at Q4. So the last quarter of this year, this was a full year, we did $1.1 million in revenue in Q4. That's $829K from Facebook traffic. Wow, right? My business is growing. My students' businesses are growing, right? Consistency is key, but you've got to know the model. You've got to have the blueprint. You've got to have the right training, and that's what I'm here for right now. I'm about to open it up for you. I'm about to show you some mind-blowing stuff, okay? So this is the inside of one of my online stores. So you saw the quarterly reports, but I just want you to see the inside. So here's a screenshot. I took this a while back. I don't always update screenshots. But anyways, in 30 days, I earned $576,000 in a 30-day period of time. That's 500 grand generated with one single tiny online store right here in my home. I'm at my house right now. This is an extra bedroom I turned into an office, okay? So what is this all about? Well, let me tell you something. It's all about control. right? Because there are a lot of opportunities online. There's a lot of different ways you can make money. And there's also a lot of great jobs in the world, but very few of them actually give you complete and total control. So pay very close attention to this. I'm going to show you my first case study. So case study number 1, I started marketing digital products. I did affiliate marketing. It was great. It was fantastic. I made a boatload of money doing it, but I found some problems with it. So I started marketing for this company that gave away free diabetic meters. They were called Quality Health. All right. And there's my ad. See that little ad up there at the top right? That's mine. I put it on Facebook. And every time somebody would click this ad, they would go to this web page right here. And when they put in their zip code, poof, this company, Quality Health, they would pay me $12. Yes, 12 bucks every time somebody signed up would go in my bank account. Simple as pie, right? So I did it a lot. As a matter of fact, I started getting 17,000 signups a month. That earned me over $200,000 a month. That's awesome, right? I mean, I was making $200,000 a month, and this was a long time ago, too. I think it was back in like 2011 or something. So like I said, I've been doing this a long time. But there were some problems that I discovered through this process. The first problem was I wasn't building an email list. Write that down. Right now, write that down. I need an email list. I need an email list, okay? Because if you're building an email list from all of your customers, well, you'll see later, you can generate money from them from years and years and years to come. It's long-term money. All right, I was building up somebody else's brand. Nobody knew who Adrian Morrison was. Nobody knew who I was. I'm just like some kid behind the Facebook ads. I was building up Quality Health's brand, and I was building their email list, and I was taking a quick payday. Now, no complaints because I made a lot of money. Let me show you some of the stats, though. So, yeah, it was in 2011, so a long time ago. In, October of 2011, I made $210,000. Now, that's cash money. That's money in the bank for me, all right? Those are my commissions. And then the very next month, I made, $181,000. Now, I got to tell you, I mean, I felt like a rock star. I felt like I was on top of the world. It's kind of like if you have a job and you get a raise or you get a promotion, you feel like you're on top of the world. Nobody can stop me, and I'm making moves, right? And that's how I felt. But what I didn't realize is that even though I was making a lot of money, I didn't have control. I did not have control over my finances and my financial destiny. And that was a huge problem. I'm going to prove it to you. So you see that name up at the top left, Ian, and the telephone number that's blurred out and the email that's blurred out? Well, those are blurred out probably for his own safety because a lot of my students are upset with Ian. You want to know why? Because one day I woke up, I'd gone to bed, right? I went to bed making $200,000 a month. One day I woke up and Ian from Quality Health called me and said, "Hey, Adrian, look, dude, we love you. You're great. You've made us a lot of money. You've sent us insane amounts of traffic. We really appreciate your business. But we made some changes in the company this morning, and, well, the offer is now closed. In other words, we need you to turn your ads off. We need you to stop promoting because this offer no longer exists." What just happened? I just went from making $200,000 a month to zero. Do you understand the gravity of that? That pit in the bottom of my stomach, that feeling of my heart sinking into the bottom of my stomach? All of my money was gone. All of my eggs were in one basket. I didn't have control. Somebody else did. Now, I made a lot of money. I saved my money, but it doesn't feel good, right? To just have somebody call you and say, "You're fired," or call you and say, "We're shutting down." You're not in control. You've got to be in control. So what I did is I made a pivot, and I said, I'm going to start doing something else. All right, there's plenty of ways to make money. Let me pivot. So I found this other company that had T-shirts for sale. And as a matter of fact, they would pay me to sell their T-shirts. So I wrote little ads for shirts like this, the top right. I would put them on Facebook. When people clicked those ads, they would go to a sales page. I didn't build that website. It's owned by this other company. And whenever they bought a T-shirt, I'd make $15. And I sold over $1 million worth of T-shirts with this company, okay? So literally, we sold over $1 million worth of T-shirts. Phenomenal, right? I'm back at it. I'm crushing it again. I'm back on top. I'm making $1 million a year. But, man, I made the same mistakes again. Number one, I didn't build an email list. Number two, I built up somebody else's brand. I wasn't building my brand. I was building theirs. I wasn't in control. I had no control over sales pages, no control over product costs. Look, here's some of the shirts I was selling back, and this is a while ago, but 141K, 78K, 47K, 44K. I mean, I was destroying it, right? I was making a lot of money. But one day, my advertising rep from this company called and said, hey, Adrian, we love you. You're great. You're amazing. You've made us a lot of money. You sold a boatload of t-shirts, but things are changing, and you're not going to make $15 a shirt anymore. You're going to make significantly less, and that goes into effect today. You want to see what happened in my business? Well, let me show you. I went from a growing business to crashing and burning because, once again, I answered the phone. You know how scared I was to answer the phone again after that? I mean, every time somebody called me, I started losing money, right? Because I wasn't in control. Well, let me tell you something. I said never again. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I am not going to make the same mistake again. I am going to take complete and total control over my financial destiny because I earned it, I deserve it, and I need to do this for my family, right? I can't have this, you know, unstable business. So that brings us to this, the reality check. The reality check that said, Adrian, you've got to find something that gives you complete and total control. So I shut down my business. I shut down a thriving $1 million a year business. You can see my awards. I'm one of the top awarded affiliate marketers on this planet. And of course, I cold turkey, I shut it down. And that brings us to this $4 million case study that I'm going to show you right now. This $4 million case study that gave me control, that got me back on track. Nobody can fire me. Nobody can call me and take my money away. I have all of the control in my business. I want you to type in right now, I need control. Type it in the chat box right now. I need control. Because that's what I'm about to show you how to do on this live webinar, is I'm going to show you how to take control. I'm going to show you how to earn money doing it, okay? So the engine that I use to fuel all of the income I'm generating now is a little e-commerce platform called Shopify. Now, Shopify is this platform that allows newbies, complete non-tech savvy, completely green, total newbies, never done online marketing before, to come in and build a complete, you don't have to build a website, have a website live up and running in less than about, I don't know, 20 minutes that you don't even have to build. It's done for you. So Shopify is a turnkey solution because I don't build websites. I don't know how to do all that technical stuff. I just know how to build little Facebook ads. All right, and with one click, I had a high converting, optimized site up and running. That's it. Literally one click, boom, my site was up. It was done for me. I just had to choose which way I wanted it to look. And they had all the key features that most e-commerce platforms don't have. You know, there's Amazon, there's eBay, there's all these other places. Shopify has everything that they don't have, and they give me complete and total control. I don't have to host. No domain name needed, no hosting account needed, no monthly hosting fees, none of that stuff, right? And of course, they pay me every day. Now, this is an older screenshot. I mean, it's just, you know, I just want you to be able to see that, hey, when I first started, right, this is back, like way back. But anyways, when I first started, I was getting paid every day. I still get paid every day. Look at this, 24 grand, 16 grand, 18 grand, 13 grand, 33 grand, 34K, 28K. I mean, this is money coming into my bank every day. Let me ask y'all something. How many of you in here have to wait 2 weeks to get paid, or 4 weeks to get paid, or maybe you have to wait 7 days to get paid? One way or the other, you ain't getting paid every day. You're literally having to wait to get your check. Just say me in the chat box. Well, yeah, that used to be me. I used to work at a car wash in Jackson, Mississippi on the side of the highway called Car Care Clinic for $5.15 an hour, washing cars in the literally the most humid area, Mississippi, 100 degrees that you can imagine, sweating like crazy for $5 an hour. Now look at this. Now I'm getting $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a day in my bank. Now this is just my email. I want you to see the actual bank account. You can match up the sums. You can see 17 grand, 13 grand, 34 grand, 33 grand. The money is going in the bank every day. Why is that important? That's important because cash flow is king. If you're getting your money fast, right, then you can reinvest it at a faster pace. If you're having to wait a full month to get paid, well, that sucks, right? Because you have to wait to get paid before you can put more into your business and grow your business. So I'm able to grow at a rapid rate like nobody else because of the strategy that I'm using. So that brings us to our first case study. I'm going to go through a couple of steps in this live training. Literally, I'm going to go through 4 steps to duplicating my business model. But first, you're probably saying, okay, Adrian, you can make all this money. You're successful. You're an expert at this. But me, I'm brand new. Can I really duplicate your results, Adrian? Can I really do what you're about to teach us? The answer is yes. You really can start doing this no matter what. Here's Andrea Singal. She's actually married to a pretty famous marketer, and she was struggling with her store. Like, she could not, including her husband, they could not get their store to make money. So they came and they took my training. When they took my training, well, they went from losing money to within 90 days earning about $100,000 in sales. Check this out. The video is going to lag, but you're going to hear her very clearly, okay? So I'm going to let you listen to this video. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hi Adrian, I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you've done for me and my business. You know, when I started a couple of months ago, I thought it was virtually impossible to start my own online business. But you made the impossible possible for me. And today I'm doing anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 a day. I've done well over 100 grand in the last 90 days, and I'm already working on launching multiple stores. I know that this is just the beginning, and the sky's the limit from here. So thank you once again for all your expertise and all your training. I couldn't have done any of this without you, and the credit for all of this and for my business goes to you and you alone. So thank you once again so very much.
Awesome. All right, so that was Andrea. So she went from literally zero to over $100,000 in 90 days. Now, of course, everybody gets different results. That was her unique results, right? But you're going to see other students that are getting big, massive results too, and other students that are just starting out. One of the first questions that Andrea asked me was, Adrian, should I have a niche store or should I have a generic store? That's what everybody wants to know, is should I start selling, I don't know, cat stuff? Or should I have a store like Walmart that has everything in it? And, you know, when I first started, I said the same thing. What's the best way? Should I build a store, like a little website that promotes one type of product or one type of niche? Or should I promote everything? Most gurus are going to say, oh, build yourself a niche store, right? Most gurus are going to say, have a niche website and only promote one thing. And I didn't like the sound of that because every time I want to promote something new, well, I'd have to open a new business, I'd have to have a new website, and I'd have to have all this other stuff done. I like the idea of the generic store like Walmart, you know, because think about Walmart. You can go in Walmart and you can buy groceries, you can buy baby toys, and you walk a couple aisles over and you can buy guns and ammunition. I mean, it's crazy, right? But Walmart is huge. So think about that. Now, I said, I'm going to try both. Look, everything that I tell you in this webinar, this live training, it's not my opinion. It's all backed up by factual evidence because my opinion doesn't matter, right? As a matter of fact, oftentimes my opinion is wrong. I prove myself wrong all the time with facts. So remember that. When I tell you something, it's backed up by factual evidence. I started 2 online stores because it's so fast and simple to start them. I started a niche one, and I focused on one category, and then I built a generic one that had everything on it, and here are the results. So this is way back when I first started them, okay? I wanted you to see the very first month I started these stores. So on the right-hand side, you've got the niche-related store. On the left-hand side, you have the flexible store. Now, the flexible store is like the generic one. It sells everything. You can flex with the market. We're going to talk about that in a second. Now, look at the niche store over here on the far right. So the niche store, you know, it started out okay. We made like $1 grand our first month, $3 grand, then $100 grand, 141 grand, $81,000. Then we, wait a second, 58,000, 33,000, it started going down. You see what happened? The store went up, 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 and then it just went down, 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 and I couldn't fix it. Like, I was clawing at it. Let me tell you something. I'm a really good Facebook marketer. Like, I've been marketing for a decade, all right? So I know my stuff. And I was struggling to get that to work. Now, why is that? It's because when you start promoting one single niche, right, one single category, you box yourself in. And that, if it ever fizzles, like in other words, it ever just stops working, what are you going to do? You can't do anything. I mean, this was a veteran-related store. right? So it focused on military stuff and tactical gear. I can't start selling baby stuff over there. I mean, it's a veteran, website. So, I mean, it really did crash and burn. Now, on the left-hand side is my flexible store. I call it a flexible store because it sells baby stuff, dog stuff, cat stuff, gun stuff. It sells tactical gear, veteran stuff, wine lovers stuff. It sells everything you can imagine, right? Fashion accessories. It's a flex store. It allows me to always flex with the market, always be marketing whatever's working right now, all right? That's what's important. Now, look at my results. All right, when I first started out in July, 60 grand my first month, 146K, 163K, 261, 253, 268, right? I'm earning over $200,000 a month consistently, right? Consistency is key. I'm not up and down, up and down. I'm literally treading up, and I'm literally just sitting at a very, very consistent, very comfortable place. How many of you in here would agree that this flex store right here is probably way, way, way smarter to have than a niche store like all the gurus tell you should have? Just go ahead and say, I agree, in the chat box, because I wanted to show this to you to prove to you that when I tell you something, it's backed up by facts. It is backed up by factual evidence, okay? So let's talk about how I got started, what I did to get started, how I took massive action. Well, I got my first e-commerce store built in 20 minutes, and you can too. All right, I found 3 products. I'm not marketing a zillion different things. I literally found 3 simple little products that I started marketing that earned me big bucks. I had control over my business. My first day I made $80. My first month I generated 60 grand. In the last 10, well, in the first 10 months, not the last, but the first 10 months, I generated $2.4 million. I built an email list. Remember I said how important email lists are? I built an email list of 350,000 people, and I have a brand valuation of $3.5 million. That means if I wanted to stop cold turkey right now, I could sell my business, and I could get a massive 7-figure payday for it. Somebody else wants to buy my business. A lot of people want to buy it, actually. And if you build one, they'll want to buy yours too, right? So you're building an asset. It's not quick money. Huge, huge, huge. So here's my very first day that I started, July 3rd of 2015. I made 64 bucks. So I think I had a typo in the last screen. I made $64 the very first day. My biggest day in sales was $44,000. So 44K in sales, my biggest, in one day. Can you imagine waking up and making $44,000 in a single day? I mean, it's mind-blowing. Even if you're used to making a lot of money, it's still mind-blowing. But it's happening. Not just to me, but it's happening to other people too. People that are using this model. Okay, so why e-commerce? Well, you can start your store in less than 20 minutes. You have the freedom to sell anything and everything you want at any price. Right? You have zillions of niches and zillions of products that you could choose from. There's no ceiling. You can choose custom products. You could sell low-ticket products. But more importantly, you're building your own brand. You're building a massive email list, and you have this exit plan. Write that down. I need an exit plan. I need a way that if I ever want to retire, I can cash out. I can get paid, right, for all of my success one last big time. I mean, $3.5 million is a retirement plan. That's what my business is worth. I could sell it, but I haven't sold it. Point is, you have total control. So a couple of questions I'm seeing in the chat box. Adrian, can you do this from anywhere in the world? Yes, I have students in Africa, Germany. I have students in New Zealand, Australia, UK, Canada, Mexico. I have students in Ukraine. I've got students all over the world, all right, and they're doing this. Do you have inventory? No, I don't have a warehouse. I don't have a bunch of crap in my garage. As a matter of fact, when I see people with a bunch of stuff in a warehouse, that scares me. Because what happens if you got a bunch of boxes in your warehouse and you can't sell them? Well, as my dad would say, you're screwed, shoot, and you're tattooed. Because, well, if you don't sell those boxes, that inventory, you literally can't make your money back because you spent money on that inventory. Well, I have zero inventory. Write that down, zero inventory. That means that I don't have any boxes anywhere. I don't see the products. I don't touch the products. I don't stock the products. I don't even own the products. It's called drop shipping, okay? And I have zero product cost up front. I list the products for sale on my site, and when somebody buys them, that I get paid immediately, and then I pay the supplier for the product, and they ship it to the customer for me. So I have zero risk up front in product costs, and it's all fully automated. Here's what it looks like if you're super ADD like I am. So this is your website. A customer buys a product. You get paid instantly, right? And then your supplier, after you've been paid and you've profited, your supplier is going to send the product directly to the customer for you, and then you pay the supplier. So it is the coolest model ever, and you never see, touch, or ship the product yourself. So what we're going to do on this webinar is we're going to go over how I leverage the most powerful word in the world. We're going to talk about how I'm getting Facebook to force feed buyers to my ads, and we're going to talk about how I'm generating upwards of $20,000 per week with email marketing, all with the strategy that I'm using. Here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to talk about putting 1,000 crappy products in your store. We're not going to talk about selling stuff that's going to get you in trouble. We're not going to talk about having a crappy website with hosting. And we're not going to put a bunch of junk in your garage. So all the other stuff that you've seen online, forget it, all right? This is something new, it's fresh, and this is where everything is headed, all right? So I'm going to show you how I built a $200,000 a month business in less than 30 days. And I did it following 4 steps, okay? I call these the magical 4. I found one product that converts. I leveraged the most powerful word in the world, and I used Facebook intelligent ads. Listen, Facebook will actually do 90% of the work for you if you know how to use it properly. All right? It's very simple, actually. And we're going to talk about email marketing for long-term money. And this is how I've been able to generate a business that does millions of dollars in sales, right, and a consistent $200,000 in a month. You could see one month I did $593,000 in 1 month on one single store. And I'm not even, like, I don't have any inventory or anything. It's just the wildest thing. So what's the formula for success here? The formula for success is, write this down, less products plus more focus equals more success. How many of you in here have been trying to make money online? You've been trying to earn money. You've sold this, you've sold that, you've done blogging, you've done content marketing, you've done Google, you've tried to do lead stuff, digital products. How many of you have tried and failed? All right, so I see a lot of you in here saying me, 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 me. Okay, listen, I already know. I already know that you're running around like crazy and you're struggling and you're freaking out. You got shiny object syndrome, but that's why you're failing. Listen, less products, more focus equals more success. Less products, more focus equals more success. Turn one single product into a 6-figure-a-year campaign and then move on to the next. I want to introduce you to Graham Teague. He's from New Zealand. He's somebody that for years he struggled. So for many, many years, Graham struggled, didn't make any money. He lost money until he took my training. When he started taking my training, he started making, I think, about $1,000 net profit a week. So check out this video.
I've been on the web for about 4 years now, selling things from information products, affiliate marketing, t-shirts, coffee mugs, the whole lot. And in that time, have made absolutely nothing at all. In fact, lost money on most things that I tried to sell. By chance, fate, luck, what do you want to call it, I came across Adrian Morrison and became one of his students. The information that Adrian has taught me, the support that he offers is second to none, and has allowed me to set up a business that has now become very profitable. I started my store in November 2015, it's now March 2016, and I'm already making over $1,000 a week in profit, and that's above all costs. So I expect over the next couple of weeks to be doubling that, just again following the processes that Adrian's taught me.
All right, so I'm not going to make you watch the whole video, but did you hear that? He went from struggling to over $1,000 net profit, not revenue, but net profit a week, all because he started following a strategy and a blueprint that actually worked, that isn't a bunch of BS. So look, let's start at step 1. Step 1 is you've got to find a product, right? You got to find a product to start marketing. I was going to see if I had some products laying around here that I marketed, but I must have put them in my other office. Anyways, you got to find a product, but not just any product. It's called a passion product. Write that down. Step 1, passion product. And there's 3 simple rules to finding a passion product that actually works. And I'm going to show you where you can get thousands of products, tens of thousands of products, but you only really need one, okay? So 3 simple rules. Number 1, forget what you think and forget what you like. In all honesty, nobody cares. All right, so if you have a great idea, a grand idea of a product that you would like to start marketing, forget it. I want you to take a mental like a mental piece of paper with that product on it. I want you to crumble it up, and I want you to throw it in the trash can, okay? You're not going to market that. You love golf? All right, go play golf in your spare time. But you ain't going to be marketing golf stuff. Forget what you think and forget what you like, because it doesn't matter. And same with me. Nobody cares what I think and nobody cares what I like, because let me tell you something. Your passion ain't your profit, all right? Now, it's great to think that. And it's great to say, oh, I'm passionate about this, so I want to sell it. But if that's not working, which for 99% of the people that doesn't work, then you've got to change things up. You can't continue to do the same thing over and over and over again that's not working. The results are always going to be the same. So let me tell you what's easier than turning your passion into your profit. It's something else. It's turning other people's passion into profit. Listen, you're not marketing to yourself. You're not going to your website and buying stuff. Other people are. So it does not matter what I like, and it does not matter what you like. What matters is what everybody else on the internet that's coming and buying and shopping at our store actually likes. How many of you in here agree with me on that? Just say, I agree in the chat box. If that makes sense to you, right? Awesome. A lot of you are saying, I agree. Perfect. So let's talk about these passion products and how you can find one. How do you know what people are passionate about? Well, first you've got to identify a strong passion. This is actually really easy. Dogs are people passionate about dogs. They're passionate about wine. They're passionate about football. They're passionate about their grandchildren or their children. These are all very strong passions. All right, number two, you find the product that aligns with that passion. And number three, you identify, this is important, you identify your passion audience, okay? Now, what's an example of that? How many of you in here love fountain pens? Like legit, you love these pens. Well, this isn't a fountain pen, but those nice, fancy, expensive-looking fountain pens that are $100+. You collect them. Every time you see them, you're like, oh, I love that fountain pen. It is so amazing. I have it on my desk. Does anybody love fountain pens that much? I didn't think so. I'm not seeing many of you say that you love fountain pens. Any of you in here ever marketed fountain pens before? All right, I don't see anybody saying that they've marketed fountain pens before, because you don't care about them. You don't like them, therefore they're out of sight, out of mind, right? Let me show you something. You see this fountain pen down here at the bottom left? It's a beautiful pen. I mean, I don't collect pens, but I think that's a beautiful pen. All right? It's expensive looking. I can get it for $2. Yeah, I get that pen for $2, and I can drop ship it to anybody anywhere in the world. Now, look over to the right. On Facebook, I opened up their ads interface, and I said, Facebook, how many people love fountain pens? How many people love Parker Pen Company or Waterman pens? And Facebook says 4.7 million people on Facebook love fountain pens, love Parker pens, love Waterman pens. These are people that are passionate about collecting fountain pens. Now, here's what I do. I can take that fountain pen that I get for $2. I can mark it up to $10. That's it. Cheap. $10 for that beautiful pen. And I got 4.7 bullseye targeted passion audience customers that I can start serving that ad for that pen to, that I've marked up $8. How many of you in here all of a sudden like fountain pens? Does anybody have a newfound love for fountain pens? You didn't know it 5 minutes ago, but now you love fountain pens. I see a lot of you saying yes, because you see the profit, right? You see that is a passion product, and you can profit from other people's passion. I just showed you something extremely valuable. All right, I want you to let that sink in. It's thinking like a marketer. Very, very valuable. All right, so what type of passion products can you get? Well, grand mal necklaces, $1.42. Fishing lures, 98 cents. Tactical flashlights, I sell that $3. Owl bracelets, cat socks. I've sold a boatload of those cat socks. You wouldn't even believe it. All right, fitness watches, best friend bracelets. Look at the prices. All of this is drop shipped, and it's all 80 cents, 90 cents, $3, $2, $1, $1.52. You can get access to all of this stuff. So much stuff you can't even imagine, all right? I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Now, step number 2 is leveraging the most powerful word in the world. Now, what is the most powerful word in the world? Because, listen, step 1 has to be with step 2. Like, you've got to have both together in order for this to work. Step 1, passion product. Step 2, the most powerful word in the world. Now, what is the most powerful word in the world? Well, let me tell you, dun, 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 dun. Boom, it's free. I'm pretty sure you guessed that, right? The most powerful word in the world is free, and it is so powerful. This one single word can create what's called a buying frenzy. You ever seen those crazy YouTube videos in Walmart and Best Buy on Black Fridays during the holidays, where you've got literally like 60 and 70-year-old my grandparents, I remember and I think she was in her 70s. My grandma was in Walmart, and she was like fighting and wrestling others to get, I think it was a toaster that was like $10 off. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, good deals make people act insane. But that's the power of the word free. It creates a buying frenzy. And I'm going to show you how you can use this to your advantage. And it's called the sizzle effect. Listen, when you have a passion product and you have the word free, something people are passionate about, and it's free, and you put those together, boom, you get the sizzle effect. And the sizzle effect happens when you've got a solid offer that people go crazy over. And I'm going to show you what happens when you get, write this down, the sizzle effect. When you get the sizzle effect, it's like attaching a magnet for money to your ad. So I know you're like, Adrian, you can't really put a magnet for money to your ads. That makes no dang sense. That doesn't sound legit. That doesn't sound real. It doesn't work like that. Well, I beg to differ. All right, I'm talking about, when I say a magnet, I legitimately mean I have something on my ad that pulls customers to me. I'm not chasing customers. They're coming to me. And it's called the sizzle effect. I'm going to prove it to you right now. So the great thing about Facebook ads is when you're marketing on Facebook, people can comment, they can like, they can share underneath your ads. Well, let me ask y'all something real fast. What's the first thing you do, right, when you get a good deal? What's one of the first things you do when you get a good deal? Can somebody tell me? All right, yes, you got it. You share it with your friends. You share it with your friends and you share it with your family. I want you to look at what's happening right here. That's why I love Facebook ads. That's why you've got to start doing this, okay? So these are all customers of mine commenting under my Facebook ad. Brianna tagged her friend Chanel and says, Chanel, I feel like you'd like this. All right, then you've got Lauren says, hey, Nicole, you need this. Steph says, hey, Ed, check this out, it's free. Then you've got all of these customers, all of these people acting like magnets for money underneath my ad. They're legitimately recommending the product to their friends for free. Now, let's take a step back. Think about what's happening here. Not only am I getting an abundance of free traffic, but I am getting the most highest quality traffic on the face of this planet. It's called word of mouth recommendation traffic, and it's free. Think about this. Are you more likely to buy something from an ad or a billboard that you see, or if a trusted friend or family member recommends it to you? Absolutely. Now, I've got millions and millions and millions of people seeing my ads, and hundreds of thousands of them are recommending the products that I'm marketing to other people completely free. They're acting like magnets. How many of you in here would like to have magnets like this underneath your ads? Just type in the chat box, magnet. If you would like to have magnets for money, magnets for free traffic in your ads, because I'm going to show you how I'm doing it, okay? Now, the formula is called free plus shipping. All right, this is called the free plus shipping formula. And what happens is, since I get products for so cheap, you saw them, they're 98 cents, I'm able to leverage the most powerful word in the world, which is free. And we would all agree it's easier to sell free stuff than retail stuff. And I'm building my profit into the shipping and handling. I'm going to explain that in a second. You see, I say that you could buy, I don't know, let me show you this. You could buy this toy car, all right? You could buy this, you have it for, actually you don't buy it, it's free. You can have it for free, but you have to pay for the shipping and handling. I'm going to give it to you free, but you have to pay to have it shipped to you. Does that make sense? One of the biggest models from television is that they always say, oh, get this book now or get this product now. Wait, we'll give you a second one completely free. Just pay shipping and handling. Well, they're making their money in the shipping. And customer pays shipping for every item that they purchase. So if they buy 5 of these, well, they have to pay shipping for each individual item that they purchase. The key to this, though, is you need to find products that cost less than $5. You saw earlier, 98 cents, $1.35, the $2 pen, right? And have a high value perception. If you do this and you follow step 1 and 2, you get what's called a buying frenzy. And this creates huge volume, huge email lists for you. This generates repeat customers and happy, happy, happy customers, right? And I use this model that gets me massive orders, where I'm making hundreds of dollars per customer sometimes. And the formula and the secret sauce is this. I charge $10 to $12, well, $9.95 to $11.97 per item for shipping and handling. So when somebody comes in and buys that little pen that's free, all right, they're going to pay $10.97 for shipping and handling, okay? Now, a lot of people are scared to test these prices. A lot of people, as a matter of fact, a lot of gurus say, Adrian, you should not be charging $11 for shipping and handling. That is way too expensive. Nobody's going to pay $11 for a free product, and that's going to lose you money, all right? How many of you in here would agree that $11 is too much for shipping and handling? All right, just for a free product, a little trinket that costs 98 cents, right, and they're getting it free. How many of you in here would agree that $11 is too expensive for shipping and handling? All right, well, remember, for those of you that say I agree, nobody cares what you think. It doesn't matter. Look, and it doesn't matter what I think either. Let me prove it to you. I'll bet you, all right, I will bet you that other people will pay that price. As a matter of fact, I will bet you $1.5 million they will. You want to know why? Because that's $1.5 million in sales that I've generated with free plus shipping at $10 to $11 for shipping and handling. Do you see that? Look at that. $1.5 million. See, I told you it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. What matters is what people will do and what people want. And the fact of the matter is that if I get this little $2 product here and I say you can have it for free if you pay $10 for shipping and handling, people will buy it, right? And they'll do it at an abundant rate. So you can see the proof right there. Listen, y'all, the idea is to make money, not to lose it, but you've got to start following strategies that work, and you've got to quit doing what you think, right? So profit point. You want to get people to order as many items as you can, because the more items they order, the more shipping they have to pay. And these types of items get viral traffic. I'm going to show you some of my ads right now. Here's an ad of mine promoting a product. It got 6.7, look at the top left. It got 6.7 million people have seen this ad. Now the yellow part of that bar at the top represents the free and viral traffic. The orange bar, the dark orange is paid traffic. So I paid for the traffic, some of it. Well, actually about 60% of that traffic was free. 182,000 likes, 200,000 shares, 7,000 comments and tags. My ad's viral. Now, was that luck? Or can I do it over and over and over and over again? Here's another one that's 2.7 million views. 50% of that traffic's free. 236,000 likes, 290,000 shares, 15,000 comments and tags. I mean, literally, these are a dime a dozen for me, because when you have a passion product and you've got the sizzle effect, you get viral traffic because of people sharing it. Look at that, 290,000 shares. Can you believe that? You've probably seen this ad before. You've probably seen ads in your newsfeed. And you're like, how does that ad have so many shares? Well, it's because it has a sizzle effect. So people click that ad, and they go to your little Shopify store. You can create it in under 20 minutes. I show everybody how to do it in my trainings. And they see the product they want. It says, okay, you can get this free. They click on Get It Free, and it really is $0.00. And they go to checkout, and it says that it's free, but you see right there where it says shipping and handling is $9.95, so they just pay shipping. See, my profit is built into the shipping and handling, and once again, I don't even have to ship it. My drop shipper, oftentimes is in China, will ship it directly to the customer for me, and then I pay them, so I profit first. Now, when you use this model, this is what orders look like. So somebody came in, and they bought 3 free products. Remember I said you got to pay shipping for every product? My customers, I charge them shipping for every product that they purchase. Well, this person came in and they bought 3 products. They bought a blue version, a yellow version, and a pink version. You see it says 000. But down at the bottom, the shipping and handling is $31.89. Why? Because they're paying $10, a little over $10 for shipping and handling for each item. So the idea is to get people to buy more than one. But let me tell you something right now. The sizzle effect is real. And I'm about to prove to you just how powerful the sizzle effect really is. How many of you in here would like to see the true, undeniable power of this sizzle effect that I'm so freaking amped up about? Just say, I'm ready in the chat box, because when you follow this strategy, when you've got this blueprint, you've got the sizzle effect, I'm telling you, crazy things happen. People go crazy over stuff that they're passionate about. That's a good deal. Step 1, step 2. All right, so when you see a really good deal, you take advantage of it. As a matter of fact, you take more advantage of it than you typically would if it wasn't such a good deal, right? Let me show you something. I'm going to introduce you to Samantha. She's not a student, she's a customer that came into my online store. And she was so excited about the free items that she bought 25 of each. And then she bought 6 necklaces up there at the top. These little necklaces, actually cat products, I think. Anyways, she bought 6 necklaces, and she bought 100, I'll tell you what those are. They're pillows. They're little pillows with custom printed artwork on them, which we'll talk about later. But they're free. You see, they're $0, 0 cents. She bought 106 free items, and she paid $1,054 for shipping and handling. You want to know why? Passionate about the product, and it's a dang good deal. And when you got a dang good deal that people are passionate about, you get a buying frenzy. You get people that want to take advantage of that good deal. They're going to get more than they need just because it's a really good deal. And I profit from that. I profit from them doing that. $1,000 order, and she lives in Australia. I live in the U.S. because I can market this stuff all over the world, right? So the profit margin on that is insane right there. It's unbelievable. And these are orders come in all the time. $100, $200, $300. Now what I want to do is I want to show you a store demo. All right, so right now we're going to go live. I'm going to show you a actual online live Shopify store. Okay, it's a flexible store. So let's pull up my web browser here. And what you can see is my little store. It's called Gear Grabber. It's not freecatstuff.com or fashionstuff.com or tactical gear. It's Gear Grabber. You want to know why? Because it's generic. You could sell anything at Gear Grabber. We sell cat lover stuff, right? We sell firefighter stuff. We sell fishing gear. We sell horse lover items. We sell cat lover stuff. I mean, we've got all sorts of different items for selling here, right? So we can market multiple niches, and that's what allows us to flex with the market. But anyways, you can see here all the products, like the cat products. So we got cat harnesses, cat necklaces. We don't have a zillion of products for each niche. You don't need a zillion. You just need a couple, okay? Now, somebody says, Adrian, well, if you make all your money off free products, how come is it that whenever I go to your site, everything on here has a price on it, right? So everything on here is $14, $15, $16. I mean, why is that? Well, the answer is this. If you go to a store and everything is free, are you really going to believe that's true? No, you're going to believe it's too good to be true. You're going to think it's a scam. You're going to say, how on earth does this company operate if all of their items are free? How is that possible? So you have no trust, no credibility. People aren't going to buy anything from you. And that's what a lot of people do. They put everything for free, and then nobody believes that it's real. So you're not going to see my free offers on my site. I had one. It popped up. It wasn't even supposed to be there. Anyways, but I hide them. They're hidden. You can't see them. The only way to get to the free offer, like this cat necklace right here, the only way to find the free version of this is if you click on one of my Facebook ads. Right, so let me show you something. Here's the inside of my Shopify account. So here's all the products. It takes under 3-4 minutes to list them. All right, let me show you something real quick. So here is the free version of the cat necklace. The only way to find this product that's free, right, here it is, $0, 0 cents, is if you actually go in and you click on one of my Facebook ads. Otherwise, you'll never find it. So here's what happens. Somebody clicks a Facebook ad. They see that this necklace is free. They go, oh, wow, this is a really good deal. But then they come over here and they click on cat lover stuff. Oh, go look at some other cat stuff. Wait a second, that necklace is actually $16.97. Crap, I need to go back. I need to get this free offer before it expires, right? You immediately increase urgency, you immediately build trust, and you increase your conversion rates. That's called psychology. That's called thinking like a marketer. That's the right way to do it that nobody's showing you how to do, but that's what I teach my students how to do right there. How many of you in here agree with me on that? Just say, I agree. If you think that's probably a better strategy. Use a little bit of marketing, right? That's what I do. I teach my students how to be marketers. Now, the next question is, Adrian, how do I find products to sell? Well, I use this company called AliExpress. They are like the little brother or little sister of Alibaba, okay? Now, I can come here and say, I want to sell cat stuff, all right? Now, all of these companies on here will drop ship for you. I come in here, and I type in cat stuff, and there's 9,000 cat items. 9,000 cat items right here. Look at this. How the heck am I going to know what cat product actually has the sizzle effect that people are passionate about? Well, you don't. You kind of have to go any, mini, money, mo, which is why most people fail. Well, what if I just want to sell cat necklaces? Okay, so there's 15,000 cat necklaces. Wow, 15,000 different cat necklaces. Would you look at that? How do you know what cat necklace is working? Is it this one? Is it this one? All right, is it this one, or is it this one right here? Is it this blue one? I mean, how do you know which one of these actually sells? Well, you don't, right? Most people try and fail, try and fail, try and fail. And I get tired of that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not like mega smart. As a matter of fact, I'm not even that innovative. I just look at what other people are already having success with and I copy it. How many of you in here would rather duplicate the wheel rather than try to reinvent the wheel? Just say me. See lots of me's already coming in. Good. Well, what I did is I built an X Factor software that gives me an edge on everybody else, an unfair advantage, if you will. And it is called my X Factor software. And what it does is this software goes in and it finds me other people's ads that have the sizzle effect. Check this out. I click Facebook search, and this tool, it's not for sale. You can't buy it. I'm not going to give you a link to buy this software. It is my personal software. I only give this to my VIP students, and I gave it to them for free, okay? This is not for sale. Now, I come here and say, I want to market cat products. So I type in cat. I say, show me all ads, and I hit search. And what's going to happen is Facebook is going to pull up tons and tons of cat ads. These are products that other people, right, are marketing. I want you to look at this. All right, so these ads are live right now. Maybe they were started yesterday, maybe they were started 3 months ago, maybe 5 months ago. If the ad has the sizzle effect, if the ad is getting likes, shares, comments, then I'm going to see it right here. So I want you to check something out as I scroll down here. Check this out. This little Keep Calm and Love Cats. 798 shares, 130 comments, 5,000 likes. Y'all, would you all say that this ad of this cat bracelet has the sizzle effect? It's getting thousands of likes. It's getting hundreds of shares. Just say yes in the chat box, right? Boom. I don't even have to think. Duh. This is a product that's working right now. Common sense tells me if I see this now, it must be working if it's getting this many shares and likes. Thousands of people are telling me what works and what I should do. All right, so let's just say that we don't want to just look for cat products. Rather, we want to say, let's sell a cat necklace. What cat necklaces are hot right now? What cat necklaces have the sizzle effect? All right, so we're instantly going to be able to start searching for cat necklaces specifically. All right, this one, 4 comments, 12 shares, not a big deal. We've got this one, 11 comments, not a big deal. All right, so what I do is I start scrolling down. Look, 27 shares, 400 comments, that's getting hot. I start scrolling down and I look for ads that have the sizzle effect. I start looking for ads that actually have lots of likes, lots of shares, lots of comments, and I just scroll down until I find some. Like, look, 800 likes, 57 shares, 16 comments. And the more I see the same product, look at this one right here, 730 views. Right? So all of these, look at this right here, 128 shares, 900 likes. How many of you in here would agree that this ad right here also has the sizzle effect? It's heating up. It's got hundreds of likes, hundreds of shares, hundreds of comments. All right, let's just say that we want to duplicate that success, right? Well, we can come over here, back to my X Factor software. Watch this. It's got an AliExpress sniper on it. So I click on AliExpress. I'm going to type in cat moon necklace because we just found a cat moon necklace that was doing really well, all right? We're going to hit search products. Now what the software is going to do is it's going to go to AliExpress. It's going to find all of the cat moon necklaces, and it's going to tell me which ones, which vendors, which drop shippers have the best price, the best quality, and the most feedback. Because when you have a drop shipper, it is very important that that drop shipper has good feedback and history. You depend on them to send the products to your customers, right? So this will automatically analyze and give me a green thumbs up on all of the vendors because tons of people sell the same product on AliExpress. Look, if I come over here to AliExpress and I type in cat moon necklace, watch what happens. Cat moon necklace, right? All right, 431 vendors come up. 431 people that sell the same product. How do I know which one to work with? Well, I don't have to think about it because my X Factor software says, Adrian, this one's first in line right here. They've got 95% feedback. It's only $1.98. So I can immediately copy the ad that I saw on Facebook that I know is already working for somebody else, and I can start marketing this exact same product. 1, 2, 3, boom, I am off to the races. All I have to do is use my software. Look, I can get this product for $1.98 and I can immediately start selling it. Same product that we see right here on Facebook. Look at this. I can start drop shipping it right now. Now, somebody says, Adrian, well, You know, don't you feel bad about charging $10 for shipping and charging somebody $10 for a $2 necklace? I mean, is that, you know, bad? Is it unethical? I don't know. You tell me. Let me give you a good example of if this is okay or not. Let's jump over to Amazon. Let's type in cat moon necklace, okay? Let's talk about what's wrong. Oh, here we go. Here's that same necklace for sale on Amazon for $23. Here it is, right here. $23. The same necklace for sale. People are buying it too. Look at that. People are buying it. They're leaving feedback. They're leaving comments on it. People are paying $23 for the same necklace that I'm able to get for $2. And I'm only selling it for $10. So do you think that I'm doing people a favor? Yes or no? Just go ahead and say yes if you think that we're giving people a good deal. We're also making money. It is a win-win situation for our customers. And this is how you build a big brand. This is how you build a lot of trust from your customers. But this X Factor software gives me an edge. How many of you on here think that if you had access to this X Factor software that found the ads that have the sizzle effect for you, so you could literally just copy the ads, and found the best products for you on AliExpress, that it would give you a massive advantage over everybody else and help you get started with this business? Just type in a 2 in the chat box if you would agree that this X Factor software is a big deal. See lots of 2s. All right, let's jump back into the presentation, all right? So let's talk about that software. One of my students, his name is Charles Green, started using my X Factor software, and he said, hey everybody, are you still struggling with products on AliExpress? I just found gold with Adrian Sniper software from ESA. ESA is a training I put out. And he says, it's still the best way to find new products. Now here you can see how much money he's making. He spent $100 to make $2,000. He spent $42 to make $1,100. Now those are his results. Those are phenomenal results. Those are actually way better results than I typically see when people are marketing online. It's very high ROI. But those are his results. Everybody gets their own unique results. I got to say that. But that's crazy. Like, he would not have found those products if he wasn't using my X Factor software. He wouldn't have those multi-$1,000 campaigns if he wasn't using my software that found the ads and found the products for him. No other way you could say it. Now, I want you to meet Jeffrey real quick while I take a sip of my Diet Ginger Ale. Jeffrey's from Australia. He's another student that went from $0 to $100,000 in 3 months. I want you to hear his story real fast.
Hey everyone, it's Jeff here. I'm from Australia and I live in a little state down the bottom called Tasmania. I just want to shoot this quick video for you to give Adrian Morrison a huge shout out. Yeah, I've been following Adrian now for the past few months, since the beginning of this year, 2016. And I've been able to implement the strategies that he's shown us with the Facebook marketing, with the e-commerce on Shopify, and actually create my own business, my own online e-commerce business. And we started that at February this year, and by the end of April we were able to clear and smash out our first $100,000, which has just blown us away. When I first started my internet marketing journey a few years back, I would have been blown away if I had achieved my first sale online, let alone 100,000.
All right, I'm not going to make you watch the whole video. I just wanted you to see. There's another student from another part of the world, once again, that never thought he would even get his first sale, who now has done over $100,000 in 3 months. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So step number 3 is Facebook ads. I want you to write this down. Facebook intelligent ads. I want you to forget everything you think you know about traffic. Forget about cost per click. Forget about click-through rates. The only thing you need to focus on is getting conversions. You need to focus on how much money are you investing in an ad before you actually make a sale. All right, when you go into Facebook ads, most people get a little bit confused. They go, oh my gosh, what do I do if I'm building an ad? Facebook says, should I boost my posts? Should I get video views? Should I get traffic? Look, there's only one button in here that you need to press. Forget, the other ones don't even exist. I want you to erase those from your brain and your vision. It's right here. It says increase conversions to your website. Because look, your goal is to generate sales, right? Your goal is to generate actual conversions. And Facebook will allow you to do that with their Facebook intelligent ads, okay? So here's a look at one of my campaigns. All right, you're looking at a lot. This is a campaign that I'm showing you right here live on this webinar, all right? So you can see how much I spend and how much I made, because some of you in here were saying, Adrian, well, what are your profit margins? How much money are you actually making? You're just showing us your, your revenue. Well, look, here it is right here. This campaign, over a period of time, you could see the result, the dates up at the top left. Over a period of time, I spent $3,600 to earn over 9,000 bucks. So I spent $3,000 to make $9,952. That's 178% return on investment. How many of you would agree that's pretty solid? Yeah? All right, now what if I gave you this exact targeting? I literally gave you the exact targeting for this ad. I will give it to you as my free gift to you here on this webinar, is I'm going to tell you the exact targeting I use to get 178% ROI and make $9,000 in sales. $9,900 in sales, actually. It's at the top right of the screen. I'm going to give you the keywords, the genders. I'm going to give you the age groups, everything, okay? It's in blue. It says targeting. All right, I'm hitting people that live in the United States that are 18 years and older. Oh, that's it. There is no targeting, by the way. I'm literally just letting Facebook show my ad to everybody. Listen, when I say that there is Facebook intelligence, I mean Facebook will legitimately do 90% of the work for you. Like, they legit will target your ads for you. I have no keywords, no ninja stuff, no fancy stuff that's confusing. I literally said, hey, Facebook, here's a passion product that's free, so it has a sizzle effect. You take the wheel and you show it to people, and they're showing it to over, what is that, 120 million people, and I'm getting 178% ROI. It's unheard of, right? It's because of Facebook intelligence. Facebook makes it way simpler for a complete novice now to start getting their ads live and getting traffic and generating sales, because their platform now is so sophisticated and then simplifies stuff. So it takes about 10 minutes to build an ad. Some people are going to say, well, Adrian, what's my advertising budget need to be? Well, it doesn't need to be big. As a matter of fact, I only recommend that you start with $5. That's it. Literally, I have a strategy. It's a $5 a day Facebook ad strategy. And I'm able to tell if the ad is going to work just by spending $5. That's it. How many of you in here have $5 to spend on an ad that you duplicated, that you already saw someone else is having success with, that you know has the sizzle effect? You'd be willing to duplicate their ad and invest $5? Listen, when you're selling cheap stuff, you don't have to spend a lot of money to figure out if it works. If you spend $5 and it's not looking good, cut it off, right? If it makes money, spend more money to make more money. Facebook will optimize your ads for you. They will literally do zero targeting. Did you think that was a mean joke I played earlier where I said I'd give you the targeting? Maybe it was mean, but I think it proves a point. The point is, you expect, if I have this ad that's making me all this money, you expect for it to be costing me a lot of time to build the ad, a lot of fancy targeting, but I don't do that. I literally do not use targeting on most of my ads. I use what's called the 4 phases. And that leads me to zero targeting. If you go through the 4 phases, and I teach this in my Ecom Success Academy training, if you go through the 4 phases, then the goal is to have profitable campaigns with 0 keywords, 0 gender targeting, 0 targeting. Oh, it's called zero targeting, okay? And this is how I make Facebook force feed buyers to my ads. So here's how it works. Facebook actually will track every person that clicks your ad. They'll tell you how many people viewed your ad, how many people went to your store and added the product to the shopping cart, and how many people buy the product. That's where the green arrow is. Facebook literally connects to your Shopify store. They work together. That's what's so cool about Shopify and Facebook. And Facebook starts to learn who your buyers are. Like, they legitimately will do the work for you at a certain point. They start learning who the buyers are. And look, you can see the money I'm spending. Look, $3,000 to make 9, 7 to make 15, 4 to make 10, 6 to make 15, 4 to make 8. I have nothing to hide. I mean, I have tons of these campaigns. All of them are like 100% to 75% return on ad spend. Like, you could see it right there. Most people don't show you these stats. They just show you how much money they made, not how much money they spent. But you can see that I'm doing 100% or more than 100% return on investment on a lot of my ads using my Facebook intelligence strategy. Now, Nico's here says, and he's a student of mine, he said, hey guys, I think Facebook intelligence is kicking in. Thanks, Adrian. He made $1,300 in 5 days using my strategy. $1,300 in 5 days using my Facebook intelligence strategy. And people are saying, Adrian, how big are the audiences that you're targeting? Well, they're not small. Those aren't retargeting ads. These are ads with zero targeting. Look at this, 168 million people, 4.5 million people, 22 million people, 10 million people, 49 million people. Like, my ads are what's called evergreen, meaning they never die out because the audience is so vast, it's so broad, it's so big that it doesn't dry up, right? That's the idea. That's why what I'm doing differently than everybody else. And look at the results. $1,500 to make $5 grand. $800 to make $3 grand. $1,500 to make $4 grand. $1,600 to make $4 grand. $1,500 to make $3 grand. I mean, my ROI is sickening, right? In a good way. This is what you should be doing. So it's very easy to scale these ads. Write this down. Go broad or go home. Go broad or go home. That means your goal is to create one simple Facebook ad, not 1,000, but one simple Facebook ad that could generate 6 figures, okay? Very important. Number 2, you need to learn how to target massive audiences that don't dry up. All these gurus talk about micro-targeting and target this, 10,000 people, and what happens is you make money, it dries up, and then you got to find out how to make money again. You find something else out, it dries up, and it keeps drying up for most marketers. But if you use my go broad or go home strategy, it doesn't dry up because you're hitting everybody in the world, right? I mean, it's like impossible to dry that up. And profitable ads that are consistent and long-term, because consistency is key. You're not doing this to make money overnight and then never make it again. You're doing this to build a real long-term scalable business, all right, without 1,000 crappy products. Here's one single product that I was marketing that made me $700,000 in sales. One single product. You're looking at it. This is my Facebook campaign. One product. This only cost me about $2.50, I think it is, the product itself. All right, and I literally have generated over $700,000 in sales targeting this one teeny tiny little trinket using the free plus shipping model. It is absolutely crazy. Now, let me ask y'all this. How many of you in here would like to get a case study of this product that generated $700,000 for me? You would literally like to see me go through, choose the product, build the ad, exactly what to say in the ad, exactly how I built my zero targeting or started the 4 phases of targeting for this ad and trained it to be so successful. How many of you would like to get a direct case study of that? All right, well, I'm actually going to be able to offer that at the end toward the end of the webinar, but only 25 people are going to be able to access it. And this is no joke. I'm literally going to open the playbook on this one, and I'm going to let people duplicate it. It's absolutely crazy. This is how I built a business that's done over $3.8 million in a very short period of time. And if you look at both of the stores that I built, we did over $4.4 million in just over a year. $4.4 million. Now, here's Ruben Blackstock, another 90-day to 100K student. I want you to hear from him real fast.
What's up, guys? I just like to shout out Adrian Morrison. If you're looking to ever get into e-commerce, he's definitely the go-to guy. I've gone from 0 to 6 figures in just 3 months' time, implementing some of the things that he teaches on how to target people, how to structure ads, along with how to scale and analyze my data. So, if you're ever looking to get into e-commerce, then definitely go and check out Adrian Morrison. Go follow, learn, and succeed.
Now, Ruben hit me up just the other day, and he's now at over $700,000 in sales. That's when he first got started. His business is still growing, right? He's over $700,000 in sales. Absurd. All right, step number 4 is email marketing. Remember, at the very beginning of this presentation, I said how important email marketing was, because while I generated $4 million in sales, I built a massive email list. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show my email list to you. So this is the missing piece of the puzzle for most people, and it's this vital piece of the puzzle. Most marketers ignore this. If you ignore step number 4, it could cost you millions of dollars in your business, okay? So email marketing is like back-end money. While generating sales, right, for my trinkets and my free offers, I'm building an email list. Then I go back and I email those customers more offers. I literally send them promotional emails and say, hey, here's a new product this week. And that makes me up to $20,000 a week for free. I did no Facebook ads, no nothing. I literally can generate $50,000 in a month just sending emails without spending a dime on paid advertising. $50K a month. Absolutely the reason why this is so important. All right, so email marketing is a great way to have an exit plan too, because when you have an email list, people are going to say, all right, your email list adds value to your business. Your email list is a valuable asset that makes your business worth money. Remember, mine's worth $3.5 million, okay? Here's my email list right here. So we've got over 400,000 people subscribed to our email list. These are people that paid. These are customers that were coming into our store and they were buying stuff. Not all of them bought stuff. Some of them just shopped around. But they're people that visited our store. All we do is we just email them new products, and it makes us money. Look, I'll show you. Here's the big email list, the one with 350,000 people on it. Look at the May 22nd promotion that we did. $17,000 in sales on one email promotion on May 17th. April 17th, 16 grand, 16 grand. We're literally making $10,000+ per week, up to $20K per week in email promotions. $200,000 in a short period of time just mailing these emails. All right, here's the small list. That one earns me $3,000 to $4,000 every time we send out an email. Guys, this is how I'm earning $250,000 in 5 months' time. All right, this is a business model that can make me over $500,000 a year. And I got paid to build this email list. How many of you in here would like an email list that you could just hit send and turn emails into actual marketing platform that earns you money? That's what I'm doing, and that's what I teach my students how to do. Here's Josh Sullins. The last video I'm going to show you tonight, he's not a six-figure student. He's someone who just got started, and I wanted you to see his results.
What's up, guys? This is Josh. I'm doing a video for Adrian Morrison. Within 4 days, I had almost like 500 emails. That's sick, man. 500 emails, you know, that I can retarget, you know, within 4 days. Just imagine what it's going to be like in a month. And then not only that, but I'm making, you know, $200 to $300 a day. That's within 4 or 5 days. I'm so excited to keep going, so excited to go into this training program. And, man, it's definitely worth it.
All right, so Josh Sullins, couple $100 a day, over 500 emails in a couple of days. Unbelievable. Look, the $2.4 million success plan. In 10 months, I made $2.4 million. My very first 10 months is right here in front of your face. Use Shopify, right? Have zero inventory. Never see, touch, or ship products. Use drop shipping. Sell products that people actually want. Those are called passion products. And let Facebook do the work for you with the zero targeting Facebook intelligence strategy. All right, create a buying frenzy with the free plus shipping model. Build a huge email list like I have, so many others are doing, and do it all with a $5 a day investment. $5, that's all it takes to get your ad heated up so it could start sizzling on Facebook. I show you exactly how to take $5 and determine if your ad's going to work or it's not going to work. Simple as that, right? If you follow the strategy, right, then you're taking calculated risk, you're limiting your risk, and you're maximizing the potential for success. All right, now for those of you that like charts, here's a chart. You identify a passion, you find a product, you initiate the 4 phases of targeting that I teach my students, and then you do email marketing. Rinse, repeat, and that's how you build a mega profitable e-commerce business. Now, let's talk about Jeffrey. You saw Jeffrey's results earlier, right? He did $100,000 in 3 months. Well, he checked back in with us after a while, and he left us a testimonial on our private Facebook group. He says, when I first started this journey, my wife and I were $30,000 in debt, and I was on disability pension, and my wife was on career pension. Now, 4.5 months, we are totally debt-free, and we now have a business supporting us, and we're looking at buying our first house in the next 3 months. He's done over $500,000 in sales in 4 months, and he says, thanks, Adrian, for Ecom Success Academy. How many of you in here would be happy if you were just debt-free? Just type in a 3. If you would be happy if you could wake up tomorrow and it would be debt-free. Forget the $500,000. You were just debt-free. Now, this guy was you. Jeffrey was you. He was in debt, and he would have been happy just to be debt-free. But in 4.5 months, he is free of all debt. He has a $500,000 business, and he's looking at buying his very first house for his wife and his children. That's the power of what I'm showing you tonight. And then you got Harriet Burrell, a stay-at-home mom in Atlanta, Georgia. She's making upwards of $6,000 a day. You see what she says here? $800 in ad spend, and she spent $800 to make $6,000. And she says, thank you, Adrian Morrison. More to go. Still learning. Another one of my students. Denny Santoso is making $3,700 a day. He says, for those of you asking me how I do this, you need to go watch Adrian's Ecom Success Academy course again. Watch it twice. Reza here says, following ESA, I made over 10 grand my first month. All right, you've got Yi who says, I don't usually like courses, but I was skeptical until Adrian really changed my mind. He did $6,000 in his first week. All right, you've got Alston. Says, finally time to give props to Adrian and his ESA program. Within the first 10 days of launching my ad, I broke $500 in sales. Juan says, I'm barely getting started. It's only my second month, and if you haven't gotten ESA, you should. He made $5,000 in 30 days using my strategies. Kathy Mack says, I get bummed if I only get $600 in sales in a day. And it's crazy how things can change. 3 months ago, I would have been over the moon with $600, and now my heart sinks. It's the bottom line. Whoa. How many of you in here would be over the moon if you were making $200 a day in extra money? Just type in a 4. If you'd be over the moon if you were making over $200 or just $200 a day, right? Kathy would have been over the moon as well, but now she's upset if she only makes a couple $100 a day. That's how quickly your life can change. $27,000 in revenue. Then you've got Julius here. Listen, people make excuses. Some of you in this room right now are probably already making excuses. Well, I don't have time. Well, I have family problems. Well, right now I'm sick, or someone in my family is sick, or I'm tired because I have this other job. Everybody wants to make excuses for why they can't, but the only thing that matters is having one reason why you should, and that's what Julius did. He's a freaking hero. All right, so Julius wrote in a support ticket, and he says, Adrian, I can't thank you enough. I was in a very scary, life-threatening situation, and I was able to make money from my hospital bed. Today, I got my 100th sale and my first $1,000. So, major goals met in a single day. I took the Shopify store picture on my first $300 day. You could see the shadow of my oxygen mask and wires all over me. All right, so this is a guy that was in a life-threatening situation, pain, wires hooked up to him, oxygen mask, and he got on a webinar just like this, and he took action. He started taking my training, started following everything that I teach, and from the hospital bed, instead of eating Jell-O and crying and being upset that he's sick, he opened up his laptop, he started a Shopify store, he started following my strategies, and he made over $1,000. There is no excuse. I want you all right now to type in the chat box, no excuses. Because if he can do what he did, then you sure as heck can get started too. All right, so you got to make time for success because it ain't going to make time for you, right? So that's Julius. I think it's powerful. Here's Harriet again. She did over $700,000 in 6 months. $700,000 in sales in 6 months. I invited her to Mississippi when she hit this milestone to film with me. So I didn't personally train her one-on-one in person or anything. When I have success students, I talk to them. I invite them down to our studio to film. And of course, I like to build relationships. Frank Giovanni, $50,000 as a part-time police officer and military veteran. I mean, unbelievable. So why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because a lot of you in here, you like what you see, you're inspired by it, and you're passionate, but you're still, I know that you need to see other people are getting results because, like Charles Green, he said, let this be an inspiration to people that are still grinding it out. I was reluctant to take this whole Ecom Success Academy thing seriously until I saw Adrian's student, Mikkel Goldberg, post a $22,000 earnings report. And when I congratulated Mikkel turned to me and said, Charles, now it's your turn. Now, Charles almost passed up on my training. Charles almost said, you know what, I'm not going to do this. It's not for me. I've got some lame excuse for why I shouldn't do this. And Charles then saw one of my students have success, and one of my students challenged him. Said, I challenge you. It's your turn. Now you go do it. And now Charles is making over $30,000 a month. It would have cost him $30,000 not to follow my training, right? And that's why I'm showing you this. You need to see this stuff because you need to understand you can do this. Anybody can get started. You just have to have the right strategy. You got to have the right mentor, right? So this is going to bring us to me saying, how many of you right now believe it is your turn? I want you to, if you believe right now, today, right here, tonight, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of the day it is, that it is your time, it is your turn to finally take control like I did a year ago, like Charles Green did, and Kathy Mack, and Harriet Burrell, and Jeffrey Ross, and all of these people that were struggling. And you believe that it is your turn. I want you to say it in the chat box, it is my turn. I want you to say in the chat box right now, it is my turn. And I want you to commit to doing whatever it takes to have success. And this brings us to Ecom Success Academy. Listen, how many of you in here would like to see the exact training that these students went through to generate these types of results? Just say me. Okay, I see a lot of people saying me. So here's what they did. They went through my entire training course called Ecom Success Academy. So you're looking at it right now. Ecom Success Academy is for complete newbies that walks them through how to build their Shopify store in under 20 minutes. It walks them through how to find dropship products. It walks them through how to get started with their very first Facebook ad, how to do email marketing. It literally shows you from A to Z how to build this entire empire that I've built in baby steps with over-the-shoulder training. So I click on Shopify, and it says, here's how you set up your Shopify store. Here's how you connect drop shipping. Here's how you add products to your store. Here's how you get it all done in under 20 minutes, right? You want to know how to make your first Facebook ad? Simple. Click on Facebook. And you're going to get over-the-shoulder training on how do I set up my Facebook account? How do I build a fan page? How do I set up different Facebook ads? Look at this. It's all step by step by step, color-coded training for you. And then there's a Facebook Quick Start where I show you how to build your very first ad in 10 minutes. That's all it takes. It takes 10 minutes to have an ad live on Facebook. You can see right here, actually 9 minutes. So this is a video where I go through and I actually build a real live Facebook ad for a free sizzle effect product. And you get to watch the whole thing. And you can duplicate it, right? So I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to show you ESA. How many of you in here would like to see my training? Ecom Success Academy. Say, I want it in the chat box right now. And I'm going to walk you through all the details. All right, because this is about not just training, but mentorship, right? Skill development, education, motivation, having support, knowledge, guidance, right? Setting real goals and achieving them. So the first part of this course is called Shopify Mastery. This is an over-the-shoulder, baby step-by-step training that's going to teach you how to get your first store up and running in under 20 minutes. You don't have to build a website. You don't have to have a programmer. You don't have to have any technical experience. You don't have to have a hosting account. You don't even have to have a domain name, all right, because Shopify sets all of that up for you with one click. That's all. And I'm going to show you how to do it the right way, though, because there's lots of little things that I do to supercharge my store. That's all right here. Then you've got product sorcery. Now, in the product sorcery part of the course, we're going to talk about drop shipping. I'm going to tell you where all my drop shippers are, exactly how to find sizzle effect products. I'm even going to give you my X Factor software completely free. That is a free bonus that I'm giving you because you're going to need it if you're finding products, right, to sell that have the sizzle effect. So we're going to go over where to find products, what drop shipping is, A to Z. If you've never done it before, you must have this training right here, okay? Then you've got Facebook Ads Mastery. Remember, I've been invited to sign the Facebook wall, right? I mean, I have a very, very close relationship, but I'm an expert at Facebook marketing. And this course alone is worth well over $10,000. Just my Facebook training alone, I've had people offer me over $20,000 just to teach them Facebook for 3 days. There is more than 3 days worth of step-by-step training in this course. It's well worth over 10 grand, but it's not 10 grand. Don't worry. I'm going to show you how to set up your very first ad. I'm going to tell you exactly what to write in your ad. You don't have to be smart at ad copy. You're going to duplicate my exact personal ad copy. I'm going to tell you when to start your ads with your $5 a day budget. I'm literally going to give you my 7-figure Facebook marketing blueprint. You get to watch me set up ads that take 9 minutes. This isn't a tutorial. This is you getting to watch me build actual ads. It's literally like as if you're right here with me, looking at my computer, watching me build Facebook campaigns. That is what you're going to have the ability to do if you get in and you're able to access these videos. It is priceless. That's what it is. Then there's email marketing. So I'm going to do training for you because once you get Facebook ads going, you got traffic coming in, right? You want to start building your email list. So I'm not going to make you go get another training, get another course to learn email. I'm going to teach you email. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you my exact $16,000 high converting email template. This is the exact email template that I use to earn $16,000 when I send out emails to my Shopify customers. This has earned me up to $20,000+ a week. It's a $500,000 blueprint, and I'm going to give it to you step by step by step. Then we're going to go over automation mastery. So You don't even need this yet. Honestly, you don't even need this right now, but you will in the future. Because in the future, when you actually build a real big business, you're going to want to outsource some of it. You're going to want to have virtual assistants do the tedious stuff for you. Like, I have outsourcers, I have virtual assistants that use my X Factor software. They find converting products for me. I don't even do that anymore. I just do the Facebook ads. So I'm going to show you how to duplicate yourself. I'm going to show you how I built a virtual assistant team for literally pennies on the dollar, right, that run my business for me now that we're doing millions of dollars a year. Then, last but not least, one of the most important parts, nobody teaches this. I've never seen anybody teach this before. It's called my exit plan formula. It's my $3.5 million exit plan strategy. This is how I built a seven-figure brand in less than 10 months. It's my social media empire plan, my profit and loss, everything. Listen, if you start your store today, which you can, before you go to bed tonight, you could have a store up and running. If you don't do it the right way, then you're going backwards, right? I want you, from the very beginning, the get-go, to set this up and have it primed and prepped to be sold in the future. Because remember, you're not just making money with your online store. You're building an asset that you could potentially sell for millions of dollars a year to 2 years from now. You could cash out because you're building a real business. Most people don't teach this because most people don't know how to do it, or they don't really have profitable businesses. But I personally have profitable businesses. I personally sold businesses, and there is an exit strategy that I want to teach you so you can implement it right away. How many of you in here are ready for your 10 months to your exit strategy, your 10 months to my $3.5 million exit plan to start right here, right now, today? Just say exit strategy in the chat box right now. If you're ready for your 10 months to, that's what it took me to get my valuation, to your own valuation to start tonight. I see lots of people saying exit strategy. So this is everything that's inside, but I've got some bonuses that come with Ecom Success Academy. Shopify is a public company, huge company. All right, so they are a publicly traded company, and they have never done this before, but they sponsored a contest specifically for my students and me. So the top 3 earners in my Ecom Success Academy program for the next year, they're going to pay to fly you to their headquarters in Canada. You're going to meet me, get a one-on-one training live in person for a day. You're going to get a full tour of the Shopify headquarters, and you better believe that we're going to go down that silver slide with our laptops in our lap. It's going to be really fun. I've been dying to do that. But Shopify saw my training, they saw my students' results, and they said, we want to do something special for your course because, well, we're seeing that people love it, and we want to add something extra to it. Never done this before, but they've actually sponsored, right, a contest for Ecom Success Academy students. Bonus number 2, this software has cost me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to develop and update. My X Factor software. This is that unfair advantage I have that instantly snipes out other stores' best performing ads and their products, and allows me to duplicate success in under 5 minutes. You can't buy it anywhere. It's not for sale. Don't ask me to buy it because you can't. All right? It's a free bonus only for my Ecom Success Academy members. Number 3 is my Profit Power Hour. Every Tuesday night, I do continued education live trainings for my students for free. There is no sales pitch, no nothing. How many of you in here would like to get on a webinar with me just like this every Tuesday night and build Facebook ads with me, right? Without being sold a product, literally meat and potatoes trainings every single Tuesday. I've been doing them for 2 years. Well, when you become one of my VIP students and an ESA member, boom, you get access to my weekly Profit Power Hours. There's no monthly fee. There's no hidden agenda there. It's just free training because you need continued education. You need me, not today, but next week and the next week and the next month and even next year, right? You need continued education. Bonus number 4 is I'm going to hook you up with my top drop shipping vendor that does t-shirt printing and pillows and all the stuff that I sell. I'm going to hook you up with them, and they're actually going to give you a discount on some of their products they don't give to anybody else. So all of this stuff is included in Ecom Success Academy, and we also have some fast action bonuses that I'm going to go over. So it's a one-time investment to get into ESA of $2,495. There's no upsells. There's no hidden fees. It's literally just a flat one-time investment of $2,495. The link to get enrolled is right there on the screen, but don't go there yet, okay? Don't go to that link yet because I want to talk about my fast action bonuses, okay? So let's talk about this fast action bonuses real quick. So for the first 25 people to get enrolled tonight, all right, you're going to get access to something so special and so big that's never been done before that most people can't even barely believe I would do something like this. I'm giving away 4 of my top campaigns that have generated $1.2 million in sales for me. Yes, I'm going to give away the product. I'm going to give away the ad copy. I'm going to show you the exact targeting. I literally go through and I build the campaign, and I let you watch how I built 4 campaigns that did $1.2 million. You can literally duplicate these case studies. The first product is that $700,000 ad campaign you saw earlier. Remember earlier I said, how many of you in here would like to get that $700,000 product campaign and copy it? Well, that's in this bonus right here. We sold 70,000 of the same product. All right, made us over $700,000. You can get that, but only the first 25 people to get enrolled. So you see that link at the bottom of the screen? I would be typing that link into your web browser, and I would start signing up right now, because these 25 slots, I promise you, we're going to run out of these tonight, and I'm not a car salesman that's going to continue to say, oh, well, I'll add 2 more, I'll add 3 more. This is a hard cutoff of 25 people. All right, the second campaign I'm going to give you, we sold over 20,000 of those products, made over $200,000. The third campaign that I'm going to give you, we sold over 17,000 of these products, and it made us about 170 grand. I'm going to show you that. All right, the fourth one, the fourth and final one of this fast action bonus, we did over 9,000 products sold. It did about $90,000 in sales. We're going to give you the product. We're going to show you the ad campaign, the targeting you should use, everything, exactly what you should write in your ads. It's all going to be there, done for you to review as a case study, okay? So, fast action bonus number 1, I have more actually, but fast action bonus number 1 for the first 25 people only, okay? You're going to get access to 4 of my personal campaigns. Where I'm revealing the exact product that I'm selling, the exact ad copy that's proven that you should be writing in your ads, the exact goldmine targeting that you should be using for Facebook intelligence, right? And literally on a silver platter, $1.2 million worth of my hard work and campaigns handed over to you. You could duplicate each campaign in 10 minutes. So 4 campaigns, it'd take you 40 minutes to duplicate all 4. Now, are you going to make $1.2 million off of those campaigns if you copy them? Let's just go ahead and say no, you're not going to. All right, I did, right? But those are my results. Everybody in here that goes and tests those is going to get completely different results. I don't know, right? Here's what I do know. If you go and you copy the exact campaign that made me $700,000, you're marketing the same product that made me $700,000 in sales. You're going to have better odds of success than if you go and you go any, mini, money, mo, and you just randomly choose something. How many of you in here can appreciate and understand that and see the massive value in that? Just say me in the chat box right now if you believe that if you copy campaigns and you're marketing products and reviewing case studies of exactly what made me $1.2 million in sales, your odds of success are significantly heightened. This alone is worth far more than $2,495, without a doubt. Like, how many of you in here would be willing to pay me $2,000 to $3,000 just to have 4 of my $1 million campaigns? Just go ahead and type 3K in the chat box. If you would be willing to pay 2 to 3K just to get access to $1 million worth of campaigns to copy. That would be a calculated risk, right? But see, this is just a free bonus. You still got all of Ecom Success Academy. Not to mention, we also have another fast action bonus. I haven't even talked about this yet, but I mean, this next one is unbelievable. And it's just too much to get into, but I'm going to just tell you what it is. One thing that I do is I drop ship shirts like this right here. I'm taking drop shipping apparel, and I custom print artwork on it. A lot of people, like, they make a lot of money selling t-shirts and coffee mugs and stuff. The problem is they don't know what type of artwork or graphics to put on the shirts. So what I do is I license famous artist artwork, right? I get access to famous artist artwork, and I'm able to put it on the t-shirts and put it on products that I sell, and that's going to, it literally, like, it has almost an immediate sizzle effect. And most people they can't do art licensing, because art licensing companies charge a lot of money. I personally had to pay a $20,000 advance, or maybe it was $15,000. This is one of the two. $15,000 or $20,000 advance just to work with this company before I ever made a single dime. And I said, you know what, it's not fair if I tell my students, it's not fair if I tell my students that they're going to learn exactly what I'm doing and I have an advantage that they don't have. That makes me a poser, right? It makes me an unethical person. So here's what I did. I called the art licensing company and I said, guys, I've done millions of dollars with y'all. My students are brand new. They can't afford a $15,000 advance just to get access to this epic artwork. So there's got to be something we could do. And they said, no, there's nothing, you know, we can't give it to them. And I said, well, what if I paid you an advance on their behalf? In other words, I came out of my own pocket and I literally paid a big advance to give you some money to allow my students to get access to the same stuff that I have access to. And we agreed on $50,000. You can see the contract. This is the contract right here. You could see when we signed it, everything. So on the bottom left, you could see I paid them a non-refundable advance of $50,000 on behalf of you, on behalf of my students. I didn't do this for me. I already had a contract, and I did it worldwide. Nobody else in the world can access this artwork unless they are at Ecom Success Academy, Adrian Morrison student. Boom, that is it. Online, I have exclusivity worldwide. This is over, I think it's over 800 artists and over 150,000 pieces of artwork that they'll send you the photo, and you can go in and you can use the training that I'm giving you, and you can start selling that artwork printed on t-shirts, on coffee mugs, on pillows. There's all sorts of stuff. All right, so that's fast action bonus number 2, but that's only for the first 25 people. So you should see a link in the chat box. Let me just go ahead and make sure that that's in there. All right, so if you want to get enrolled now, you want to be one of those first 25 people, all right, make sure that you go to this link right here on the screen. You may see it in the chat box. Go to that link, and that's going to get you enrolled, and you're going to get access to these first 2 fast action bonuses. You're going to get $1.2 million case study campaigns. You're going to get access to my $50,000 art licensing bonus, which is freaking epic. I'm going to show you more details of that here during our Q&A, right? But that's only 25 people. Now, if somebody already asked, Adrian, do I get both if I enroll? Is it both for the first 25? Yes. If you're one of the first 25 people to get enrolled at that link right there at the bottom of the screen, if you go to that link and you get enrolled, you're one of the first 25, you get access to Ecom Success Academy, my X Factor software, all my fast action bonuses, and guess what? We actually have a third fast action bonus that only the first 25 people are going to get access to. This is my live training that we did and we recorded. Listen, when we launched Ecom Success Academy this year, we did 4 weeks of daily live training. Every day for 4 weeks, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. I got on with my initial ESA students, and I did a full hour to hour and a half of training every day. First week, we built our Shopify stores together, right? Second week, we found products, and we built real Facebook campaigns together, right? Then we built our email list, and then we looked at how to outsource our entire business. We did this, and I recorded every single session. This is a very, very intense VIP training. Then I recorded it, and I'm going to give you access to all 4 weeks of that training. But that's only for the first 25 people. So if you're one of the first 25, I mean, you're getting loaded up with tens of thousands of dollars of value. You're getting loaded up with my official Top ESA Top Earners contest entry. You're getting my X Factor software that's worth thousands of dollars. You're going to get continued education with me completely free, no extra charge, no upsells, no monthly fee on my weekly Profit Power Hour webinars, just like this, except we're actually going to be building campaigns because you're going to be educated. You're going to get my Friends of Benefit discount. If you're one of the first 25 students, you're going to get over $1 million in case studies. You're going to get my exclusive art licensing deal, and you're also going to get the 4 weeks of daily live coaching recordings that we put in the members area for our fast action students. Now listen, we've already got a couple of students that have gotten enrolled. There were only 25 slots to get started. So I need to make sure that I look over here. I have my laptop over here just so you know, because I have to count and I have to shut down these fast action bonuses as soon as we hit 25 people. So let me just go ahead and pull this account up right here. And this way I can make sure that we don't go over the limit. And remember, we have a hard cap because art licensing isn't going to let me just go in, right, and give them thousands of people to access that art licensing bonus. The $50,000 had stipulations to it. But who else does that? Who else reaches into their pocket? Yes, I'm successful. I have a lot of money. I've saved my money. I don't blow it. I don't spend it on stupid stuff. But still, I took $50,000 and I invested it in my students. I didn't have to do that. But I did it because I want you to have the same advantage that I have. It is not fair. And what a lot of other people do is they go and they show you just a fraction of what they're doing. And you can't have success if you do that. You've got to see the entire pie if you want to have success. You've got to really be duplicating a strategy that's being used right now. So I wanted you, and I was willing to invest in you to have the same opportunities that I have. So we're going to do some Q&A, and somebody already asked, Adrian, what was the question? I saw it a second ago. How soon can I realistically make money? That's a fantastic question. Let me show you some of my, I'm going to show you the private group, because you're also going to get access to our private Facebook group too. I want to make sure this link at the bottom of the screen, there it is, right there in blue, at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you go to that link. You'll be one of the first 25 people, because we just had Tabathia, Patrick, Luke, David, and Jason. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 5 people that have come in. So we got 20 fast action slots left, y'all. So there's 20 fast action slots left. Go to the link, all right, get enrolled, and be one of the next 20 students to get these fast action bonuses. But one thing you're also going to get access to is my private Profit Power Hour group. Remember, I said you're going to get on these weekly webinars with me. I want to introduce you to some of my students, okay? So somebody said, how soon can I make money realistically? I have a student that I pulled up over here. Where is she? Who made literally like 4 hours, I think it was. Yeah, here it is. Allie. She said, oh my gosh, I put up my first ad literally 4 hours ago, and I made my first sale. I only spent 59 cents on my ad. Look at that. She made $10.96. She only spent 50 cents to do it. Listen, when I say that you only need to invest $5 in an ad if you're using my blueprint to see if an ad's going to work, I mean it. It's not fluff. It's not BS. She spent 59 cents, and in 4 hours, she made $10.96. So she made close to $9.90, right, profit off of that one sale. Now, some other customers, some other students. Alex Chin says, a bit of motivation for you guys. In the last 30 days, all right, from his sales, he did $105,000 in sales in 30 days. He posted, this is my student, he posted it in our group. You see the Profit Power Hour group right there, right? You've got Amit Mohan right here, who's done $103,000 in a single month, right? So he just said, I have my first six-figure month in one of my stores, and I only spent $8,000 to do it. So, wow, that's really significant profit. Everybody's profit margin is going to be different, but that was solid profits right there. All right, so I also went in and I asked my students, we have an earnings report thread. Oh, by the way, the link, some of y'all are asking where the link is. Look at the bottom of the screen. So that link is right there. Make sure you click that link, or if you can't click it, type it into your browser and go to that link. Be one of the first 20 people in, because there's only 20 slots left. Let me do a quick refresh here. You just saw some students that got some serious results, right? One of them in 4 hours got her first results. All right, so we looks like we now have about 17 fast action slots available, okay? So we got 17. Go to the link. If you're one of the next 17, you get all the stuff I've talked about, and we'll go review it again in a second. But I ask my students, hey, when you make money, let me know. When you use my training and you make money, let me know in our group. And that's what we did. We started an earning report thread, and I'm just going to zoom in on this for you. So you can see here, Harriet, $95,000 she posted in here. Armin Franco says, I still have a lot of growing to do, but ESA has been an amazing resource for me. $33,000 in sales, right? Andre made his first 73 bucks, right? Gasper says, the best investment in my life was ESA, 37 grand. Now, mind you, ESA is only $22,495, okay, for all of the value that I'm giving my students. And they're starting stores and businesses that are earning them tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they're all posting here. Look at this. $386,000 from Jeremy. All right, Brian Rolfson, $57,000, says, I could not have done it without Ecom Success Academy. Y'all, these are real student results. Real people are making some serious bucks using this business model because, hey, it's something that actually works. Now, another question that we had was, Adrian, do you have support? The answer to that is yes. We do have support. As a matter of fact, there is no end date to the support. Some people say, oh, you can have support for 30 days and then never email us again. Nope. We have a no man left behind support, all right? Or no lady left behind support policy. So you're going to be able to message into our very intelligent support staff. They actually run Shopify stores. They're not just like virtual assistants. And we're able to put out fires. We're able to go in and throw in life rafts if we have to. We're able to bridge the gap, which is most important. Because sometimes maybe you're trying to get an ad up and running, or maybe you're messed up when you're targeting or something, and you get stuck. And what sucks is when you get stuck, you don't know what to do, you get frustrated. But if you're able to hit our support, which is open every day, right, and you're able to get an answer as soon as possible, we go as fast as we can, then we can bridge that gap for you so you're not frustrated. You can just get your work done. But that is something that most people do not offer, right? And if you're hesitant, I want you to listen to Joan. She's a student of ours, and she posted something in here. She made $33,000, and she said, it's no gimmick, y'all. Adrian Morrison is the real. His testimonials are true. There's no shortcut. You've got to work at it. If you're a member of ESA, then congratulations for making the decision. If you're wondering if you should join or not, then I'll say stop being silly and just do it now. I have thousands of students that will scream at the top of their lungs that ESA is the best training and has changed their lives. Look, we've also have students like Teresa Garcia that were making a huge stretch when they got into Ecom Success Academy. Literally, Teresa said, it was a huge stretch for me to get started. She said, I bought this course on my birthday as a gift to myself, one that I couldn't really afford, but I was hopeful and optimistic. Now, she's making up to $1,000 a day, right? So even if you're having to stretch, even if you're on a limited budget, you have to make a decision, right? You have to invest in education, and if you invest in something that can bring you a return, you might could end up like Teresa. She made an excuse on why she could do it, not why she couldn't. She bought it as a birthday gift. Prem Preya Paris. Somebody said, Adrian, if you're brand new, can you get started doing this? Well, Prem Preya says, my knowledge about marketing, sales, Facebook was zero. Everything I've learned from ESA is all brand new to me. So this is newbie friendly. If you've never made an ad before, this is why you need this course, because this course is going to show you how to do it. And she did over $6,000 in sales in, what was that, a week? Yeah, not a week, a month. $6,000 in sales in about 30 days, all right? That is literally, all right, a little bit more than double what Ecom Success Academy calls to as an investment. Then you've got to know what your why is. Like, what is your why? Listen, y'all, before I even get into what is your why, we just had Kim and Susanna come in. So it looks like now we're at about, actually, we also had David. So yeah, about 13 fast action slots, y'all. So go to the link, all right? Go to the link and make sure you get installed. But you've got to know what your why is. You can't just say, oh, I want to be rich. Well, Alex really defined what your why is. He sent me a message when he made his first sale, and he said, Adrian, I just got my store live. It's our third day, and we just got our first sale. Somebody bought 3 items. We made $30, and we were fired up. And I said, congrats, Alex. That's great. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing you crush it. What I didn't know is what his why was, and this is really awesome. Alex made a post in our private Facebook group, and he said, not only did we hit our goal today, but we made $500 in sales today. We spent from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. with our daughter as she was getting surgery for her cancer. And so, guys, what is your reason for wanting to make this work? You know, if you chase money, you'll never succeed because there's always another dollar to make. But what you've really got to do is you've got to find a burning desire that makes you pop out of the bed before the alarm in the morning. Stay up late at night when you need to. That's what you need if you ultimately want to hit your goals in life. See, for his burning desire was he didn't want to go work all day. He has a sick daughter. But because of the training that he had, because of the knowledge that he had, because of e-commerce and Shopify and Facebook intelligence, he was able to not have to go to that job, earn $500 in a single day, and spend time with this little girl while she was getting her surgery in the hospital, right? I mean, this is changing lives. And then he came and he updated us again. Alex came a little bit later and said, guys, we're now at our first $1,000 day. Our goal was to hit this in a week. He had $1,300 in a single day. He went from his first sale to $1,300 very quickly. All right, then it's cool seeing people that get their first sale like David Poon. He says, hey, I launched my store today and I got my first sale and I am psyched. And you can see there, he made $10.97. Literally, about a month or so later, he says, our 1 month update, y'all, it's been a full month and I've done $13,000 in sales. Literally in 1 month, I'm watching students go, a lot of y'all are asking for the link, so let me get it pulled back up. I'm watching students go from $0 to $13,000 in sales, from $0 to $100,000 in sales. But what's standing between you and getting started is going to that link right there, getting enrolled, and saying, I am an action taker. I am willing to do whatever it takes. This isn't a lottery. If I want it, I got to get it myself, right? I've got to invest in it to get it. And of course, I'll be there for you. And I'll be giving you an epic training. I'll be there with you on the weekly webinars. And of course, I'm going to show you exactly how I started this business. Now, a couple of questions that we have is, Adrian, is the market saturated on this already? No, e-commerce has been around since I can remember, early 90s, and it's getting bigger. Like literally stores are, like Macy's are shutting down, Sears are shutting down, right? Kmart's are shutting down. Physical stores can't stay in business because of the allure of e-commerce. E-commerce is putting physical stores out of business. Matter of fact, if you're not doing e-commerce and you have a physical store, you really are, probably going to be out of business sooner than later. E-commerce is taking over. People want to shop from home. How fast can I get a Facebook ad up and running? You can get your Facebook ad up and running in about 9 minutes. How is Amazon different than Shopify? Well, Amazon allows you to sell stuff and leverage their traffic. Amazon's phenomenal. Shopify allows you, though, to build an email list and leverage your own brand. See, Amazon will not give you your email. So when you make money, Amazon holds the email of the customer hostage. But with Shopify, they automatically build my email list, and that email list to me is worth $500,000 a year. Amazon ain't giving that to you. And I get to build up my brand. I get to build up my Shopify store's brand, and I can sell that. So that's the big difference. How is eBay different? Same thing. eBay doesn't give you your email addresses. eBay builds their brand. eBay has control, not you. If you've got your own store on Shopify, you're in control. If you're on eBay or Amazon, you're far from control. All right, so how long does it take to get my store set up? Less than 20 minutes. It takes about less than 20 minutes to get your store set up. Yo, we had about 13 fast action slots available. Now it looks like we are down to about 9 fast action slots. So I'm just coming over here and refreshing. We got about 9 fast action slots left. So look, go to the URL, get enrolled. Do not miss out on those fast action bonuses. I'm giving you $1.2 million worth of my own personal campaigns, the product. I'm going to show you how to do the targeting. I'm going to show you how to create the exact ad. Literally, all of that's going to be shown to you, and that alone is worth the investment of the course. Then, of course, when we go inside of the members area, you're going to get access to the exclusive art licensing deal. You're going to get access to the 4 weeks of daily live training that we put out there for you. So listen, there's so much value in this. If you're not one of the next 9 people, you're really missing out. I mean, the course is great. The training is worth way more than $2,500, but the bonuses just add insane value. So make sure that you go get enrolled ASAP. Do it right now. All right, so somebody said, how many students have made money? I have no clue how many students have made money. Here's what I do know. We have a public forum on Facebook, and we have a thread with over $10 million worth of student earning reports in here that people are coming to every day, and they're posting and reading. So Scott says, took it easy the last few months, and I'm still working a full-time job. ESA, and Adrian's awesome. He made $53,000 part-time. All right, you've got Olaf, $111,000 on his store in a month. Frank Giovanni, $100,000, right? You've got, Frank has 3 stores. All right, we've got Prem Preya. That's the student that you saw that just made their first $1,000. They came back and said, thanks, Ecom Success Academy, crush it. They did $117,000 in sales in literally a month. From June to January 15th, $100,000 in sales. Nikos, y'all saw him earlier. I forgot about this. Nikos said, hey guys, I think Facebook intelligence is kicking in. Well, of course, Nikos now has done over $1 million in sales. Look, I'm going to make sure this link is at the bottom of the screen for you. Listen, y'all, there's 9 slots left, or well, there was. Let me just do a quick refresh again. It looks like now we are down to 8. Yes, we are now at 8 fast action slots. Go to that link. Get enrolled. The link right there on the screen. Do not miss out on this. So Nikos did $1 million in sales on his Shopify store. This is one of my students, right? This is a student that went through my training, just like you can go through my training. All right, you've got Henry, $13,000. Andrew at $181,000. Look, I can't read all of them. I'm just going to stop reading all of them, but I'll read this one. Brian said, in 6 months, I did $620,000. Can you imagine that? Think about that. How many of you in here are making $600,000 a year right now? Just say me if you're making over $600,000 a year right now. I don't see anybody saying me. Brian wasn't either, right? But in 6 months, he has generated $620,000. You see how fast that spike was right there? Look at that. Boom! It just spiked up. That's what the training can do, right? So, Amy, $21,000. We've got, who is this right here? Denny Santoso, $730,000. Right? Wow, that's crazy. All right, we've got Mario at 110 grand. We've got Walt at 96 grand. We've got Steve Tan at $200,000. Right? These are all my students. Charles Green, ESA is the secret, $200,000 in sales. He almost didn't take my course. He almost, remember, he was the one that said he was reluctant to get started. That would have cost him that would have been a $200,000 reluctant mistake if he hadn't been pushed, right, to make a good decision. 12 grand. Here's 373 grand from San Caboodle. It says, thank you, Adrian, and ESA support. ESA is a brilliant program. I mean, look, it's whatever. We've got lots of earnings reports. I mean, Gabriel says $2 million in a year, right? ESA helped me crush this. Look, you've got to go to the URL. You've got to get enrolled. We've got about 7 fast action slots left. Nothing in your life is ever going to change unless you take a step forward, right? Sometimes some stuff is scary. I get that. It's an investment. It is quite the investment. But if you want to get out of the spot that you're currently in, you've got to do something different. And I wouldn't say that this is a risk. I would say it's a calculated risk. What you got to focus on is not how much money's going out, rather how much money could potentially come back in. Do you believe that if you got an Ecom Success Academy, you got access to my $1 million case studies, you got access to my $50,000 art licensing deal, you got access to my 4 weeks of daily live training recordings, you got access to everything in ESA, started your own store drop shipping, that you could earn more than $2,495? The answer is yes. What the heck are you waiting for, right? If the answer is no, okay, well then, don't do this. It's up to you. That's the beautiful thing, is the ball's in your court. I can show you what I got. I can show you what's available. I can show you my students' results. We have thousands of students. We have millions, tens of millions of dollars in earnings reports. But at the end of the day, you have to make that decision. You have to go to that URL, and you have to get enrolled. And that's what so many people are already doing right this second. So we had about 7 fast action slots left. I'm going to answer some more questions. So let me just refresh the screen here. All right, we just had 2 more pop in. So we got 5 fast action slots available now. Listen, y'all, somebody asked, Adrian, do you have a payment plan? Yes, I have. Look at all the slides I have to go through. I haven't even been through them all yet. We do have a payment plan. It is 3 payments of $9.97, so it's a little bit more expensive if you use the payment plan. The link right there is on the screen. Make sure that you go to that particular link on the screen if you want to access the payment plan. This is still going to give you, if you're one of the next 5, you're still going to be able to get enrolled and get instant access tonight, right? So you're going to be able to do that. I'm just going to make sure the link is in the box. All right, and you're going to be able to break it into 3 payments. Now, if you pay in full, you're going to be able to get a bit of a discount. So you're going to save about $500. Ultimately, the decision's up to you, because some of you in here have tried to get in, your card declined because I can see it. Your card declined because the bank flagged it. Call your bank. All right, tell them you approve the charge. It's just what banks do. It's an irregular charge amount. Or you can try the payment plan. Listen, at the end of the day, you got 2 options. We got 5 fast action slots left. We got insane bonuses. So both URLs on the screen. Go to the URL on the left if you want to pay in full and get a bit of a discount. Go to the link on the right if you want to if you need to do the payment plan. Both options are up to you. Let me look at some of our questions real fast. So how often do you email your list? Well, I teach you in Ecom Success Academy that I email my list 3 times per week. Check this out. So I'm just going to pop over here into Ecom Success Academy. Look, this is the course that you're going to get access to. This is an unbelievable members area. There's so much value in here. You want to know how to do email marketing? You just asked me a question. Well, you get into ESA, you click on email marketing, boom. Here's my exact $16,000 email template. This is the exact email template set up that makes me up to $16,000 a week. This alone right here is worth the investment in the course. So you click on this, boom. I'm going to walk you through and I'm going to show you exactly how to set up an email just like I set it up for my personal stores. All right, your bonuses, they're going to be right here. So when you log in, if you're one of the next 5 people to get enrolled, you go to that link. Let me make sure the links are showing up. There you go. Links are at the bottom of the screen. You go to the links at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see our $700,000 case study, our $200,000 case study, our $90,000 case study, $150,000. I didn't mention this before, but these are products that I still sell. These aren't products that I used to work that no longer work. These are products that I'm marketing right now that are actually generating sales and revenue for us. You don't need to be doing what used to work. You need to start doing what's working right frickin' now. And then you need to stay ahead of the curve. You know how you're going to stay ahead of the curve? Well, you're going to become also a member of my Profit Power Hour. This is a bonus that you're getting. You're going to get access to my weekly Profit Power Hour webinars. And for 2 years, I've been doing these trainings. Check this out. You're going to get access to all the archives from 2 years worth of my trainings. And look, as I scroll down, look at this. We can go all the way down to, what is it, 2015? All right, so you're going to be able to access all of these video trainings for all of these dates. We're going to go over Facebook ads, Shopify domination. All right, we go over profit factors. There's all sorts of trainings in here that you're going to get access to. You can see the dates. I've been doing these for 2 years. You're going to get complete and total access to this Profit Power Hours members area. You're going to get access to the art licensing. Here's the art licensing company I use. Check this out. So if I go over here to artists, what I do is I go through and I look for artists, right? And I say, I want to start selling artwork and I want to start making money, you know, without having to have a graphic designer, without having to have, you know, be creative, because I'm not very creative myself. I just want to take somebody else's art that's a famous artist or an up-and-coming artist, and I want to be able to just market that stuff, okay? So, like, let's say I wanted to market dog stuff, all right, and I was in the dog niche. Check this out. Here's an artist here that does insanely beautiful pieces of cats, of dogs. I mean, look at this. This is insane. Like, you could take this piece of art and you could put it on a t-shirt, you could put it on anything that you want, and you can start selling it, right? Remember, guys, there's 4 slots left now. Yes, there's 4 fast action slots left now. Go to the links at the bottom of the screen. They're right there at the bottom of the screen. The left-hand side, you can pay in full. You get full access to everything. You save a little bit of money. The right-hand side, you're going to be able to go to that link. You're going to be able to use the payment plan. You're still going to get full access, but you're breaking it up into payments. Look, somebody said, how easy is it to take that artwork and actually put it on a product for sale? Well, one of the cool things I teach you in Ecom Success Academy is how to do print-on-demand products, drop ship. You never see them, never touch them, none of that stuff. I use this company called T-Launch. They plug in for free right into your Shopify store. And if I want to start selling products with artwork on them, I just click on new product. Check this out. I could sell baby onesies. I can sell t-shirts. And I can put that artwork, this artwork right here, right here. I can instantly put this artwork on all of these garments and I could start selling them. So let's say that I come over here to, let's say, drinkware. I could sell beer steins, coffee mugs. I could sell, what is this, yoga mats, fleece blankets, pillowcases, mouse pads, shower curtains. Notice they're all blank because I can take this artwork. The artwork I paid $50,000 to get my VIP students access to, where literally I paid the advance on your behalf. Don't believe me? Go to Art Licensing and try to get a deal with them. First off, they're going to tell you no because I have a binding exclusive worldwide contract on their artwork, and also ask them how much a typical advance would be just simply to start working with them, and they're going to tell you about $15,000. I paid that for my students, so you don't have to. That bonus is worth $15,000. That one bonus, but there's only 4 slots left, or maybe it was 3 or 4 slots left to get access to that. And I can come in here and I can instantly start selling all of this stuff: phone cases, flags, bags, anything you want. So let's say I wanted to sell home goods, like this fleece blanket right here, okay? So let's just say I wanted to sell blankets. And by the way, I know somebody that's crushing it with blankets. All I do is I come over here to where it says choose file, and I can then actually upload an image to this blanket. Like, I could take a piece of artwork, right? So let me just look. I've opened up some files on my computer, and I have some licensed artwork. I just want to show you how simple this is. I'm going to grab one of these pieces of artwork, okay? I'm going to hit open. So this is just the image of artwork. I didn't have to create it. It's licensed artwork. So I hit open. It's going to load it. You see it loading it right here at 20%. It takes it a minute because it's a pretty large file. And it's going to take this insane image, this awesome image, and it's going to put it on this blanket, and it's going to let me immediately start selling it. So let's let it upload and answer another question. So can you run multiple stores? Yes, you can open up as many Shopify stores as you want. Doesn't matter, but I would just start with one. So in a second, you're going to see this artwork pop up. There it is. Boom. Check that out. So I took a piece of licensed artwork. This is stuff that I paid for you to get access to, by the way. I just uploaded it. Now watch this. I'm going to hit review and publish. All right. Now it's going to ask me to name the product. So we're going to call this our Galaxy blanket. And we're going to say, check out these licensed, let's just say these Galaxy blankets with exclusive licensed artwork. All right. Buy it now, whatever. All right. Then we come down here and we say that we want the price for this blanket. Our cost is $15. That's drop shipped. We don't pay unless somebody buys it, okay? So I'm going to say, I'm going to charge $25 for this blanket, all right? Then if for the medium-sized one, I want to charge, let's just say, $35, okay? All right? Then let's just say for the large one, all right, the bigger one, we're going to charge $45, or vice versa. We could charge whatever we want, okay? I just made those up. Then I just hit publish to my store, hit OK. Now watch what happens. Right now, I am adding fleece blankets. You could go buy these from my store right now with that licensed artwork on it. But see, that's what that bonus is right here that I told you about. The art licensing bonus is going to allow you to do what I just did. I don't have to see these blankets. I don't have a warehouse or a garage full of these blankets. I don't have to pay for these blankets. I don't have to pay for that artwork. Unless I actually generate a sale, I don't have to pay for that blanket. And this company is going to send it directly to the customer for me. Right? I don't have to do anything besides market it and get paid. That's it. No fulfillment on my side. Now, in about 30 seconds or so, this is going to be live. So as you can see, in under about 5 minutes, I can have custom printed items, t-shirts, blankets, yoga mats, flags, anything I want for sale on my store. So all I have to do now is hit view product. All right, check this out. Boom. Here it is. Live and for sale. You can come here right now and you can buy this Galaxy blanket. You could buy it in large and medium and small, whatever you want to do. But this is what I'm showing you how to do. Look, it is not hard to do this stuff, but see, you've got to dive in. You've got to go to one of those links on the screen. You've got to make your decision, and you've got to take massive action, or you can get left behind. You know, the choice is yours, but this is where business is going to online. This is the future of people shopping. It's all going on the internet. It's all going on mobile phones. It's all going on tablets. Wet Seal, Macy's, all these people, they're shutting down businesses because of what I'm doing. Now, finally, the little guy, me, y'all, we can actually do something and not have to worry about these giant corporations crushing us. We're putting them out of business because e-commerce is so powerful, right? Everything's moving online. So go to one of those links now. We have 2 fast action slots left. So here toward the end of the webinar, we're getting sign-ups trickling in. But we've got 2 fast action slots left right now for you guys. So one of the next two people that gets in, that's it. I mean, there's no more, okay? So just recognize that I'm not adding any more fast action bonuses on this live webinar. You're either one of the next two or not. And that's fine if you're not. It's totally okay. It's up to you. But I just want to let you know I'm serious about that. All I know is this. We have students coming in here doing $2 million in sales, $400 in sales, $14,000 in sales. I know that I made a post to my students a while back, and I said, students, why should somebody join Ecom Success Academy right now? And we were flooded with over 600 comments. Sam says because they want to hear ka-chings. Jennifer says because they want to make tons of money. All right. Scott says because you're treated like royalty forever. All right. Cindy says the training's huge and valuable. All right. Jody says it's great for learning Facebook ads. Richard says there's no better training. Paul says I wanted to escape the grind. All right. Mean says because Adrian's sexy. Frank says there's no better training. But look at this. This isn't a screenshot. This is live on Facebook in our private group. My students appreciate the value that I deliver to them. My students are getting results. My students know that I under-promise and I over-deliver. Can you imagine that on this webinar I'm actually under-promising? But Michael says if you think PPH is great, then ESA will blow your mind because I want financial freedom. You could be one of these students. You could be in this group. You could be starting your own Shopify store before you go to bed tonight. But you've got to have the right training. Listen, there's two ways that you can get started because no matter what you do tonight, you can get started. You don't have to have me to start your own e-commerce store. I mean, look, you can go do it by yourself and you can go down the road of thunderstorms, of bumpy roads, and all that other good stuff. You can fail your way to success. But how many of you in here think that if you go do it by yourself and you try it and you're trying to, I'm going to do the trial and failure, I'm going to fail my way to success. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, by the way, but let's just say that you want to fail your way to success. How many of you in here would agree you'll probably spend $2,500 just screwing up over the next couple of months? Just say, type in a 2. In the chat box. If you think going at this on your own, you are going to lose $2,500 just screwing up without the right training. So my question to you is this. If you're really going to do this, you're still here, right? You're obviously interested. This is obviously something you want to do, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Why on earth would you want to take the long, hard road? Why would you want to spend $25 to come back with bumps, with bruises, with blood, with sweat, with tears, time lost? When you could take that same investment and you could get Ecom Success Academy, weekly trainings with me with no end date, no upsells, right? Literally continued education because you need it. My $1 million campaign case studies, my X Factor software, my $50,000 art licensing bonus. Have you ever seen anything like this? And for the same amount of money, you can get in and you can get access, and you can then have a vehicle that will help you bypass the bumps, bypass the bruises, bypass all of the screw-ups, and take that money and actually get something in return for it other than a bunch of stress. Because I can tell you, I did it on my own, and I was experienced already when I started, and it was tough. It was not many people make it through failing their way to success. It takes a special person to do that. I'm in the top 1% of people using Shopify, and that's why you've got to learn from somebody that's not me, somebody like me, okay? So you can do this either way. I want to make sure when I do a webinar, people walk away with value. People, you do it or you don't do it, you still love the information that you got. But some of you in here, you might be saying, Adrian, you know, I can't do this. Well, really? Are you saying I can't? Or are you saying I won't do this? You have to make that decision yourself. I mean, most people that say can't really are saying won't. I told my wife, the other day, she asked me if I would take out the trash, and I said I'll do it later. And you know what? The trash is still in the kitchen. It's actually pushed up against one of the countertops because she put a new trash bag in. Later never comes either. All right. A lot of people say I can't when they really are saying I won't, and a lot of people say I'll do it later when really they're never going to do it. And the fact of the matter is you can't do this later. ESA is shutting down. ESA is not always open. This is a special opportunity, a short-term window to get in. ESA, you can't just go enroll in ESA. You've got to make that decision right now. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on this opportunity. And look, if you've got relatives telling you can't do this. You got friends telling you that online marketing doesn't work. You've got the fear of failure. You've got pessimists. You've got guilt. You've got to be strong enough to pummel through all that stuff right there, or you're always going to be stuck in a dead-end job. You're always going to be stuck on a 9-to-5 grind. You're always going to be stuck living alarm clock to alarm clock, paycheck to paycheck, and hoping and praying that you get that raise or that bonus, right, or that promotion that somebody else is probably going to get instead of you, because that's usually the way that it works, even though you deserve it more. Or you could just take financial control of your own life, and you could do exactly what my students like Alex, Jeffrey, Harriet, Prampreya, Teresa are doing. People that were in that same grind, people that really were struggling, that did not have a lot of money to risk. And you can follow my $5 strategy, and you can finally take control. And when you want a bonus, when you want to raise, you do more work, you build more ads, and you can give yourself a bonus. You can give yourself a raise because you didn't have control. That's what I'm doing. That's what over 9,000 other people are doing in my Facebook group. But that's not what you're doing right now. And it's what you should be doing. You know it, and I know it. And that's why you need to go to one of those links, and you need to get the right training, and you need to get the right mentor. And I believe that that's me. I'm the guy, and this is the training that you need to get to the next level, even if you're a complete beginner. But I can't make you do it. So we've got now, it looks like one fast action slot left now that I look back. So we got one fast action slot left. Make sure you go, you get in. You get access. One slot, that's it. And we're about to shut this bad boy down. So let me do a couple more questions real fast. Both links are on the screen. Yes, if and we still have bonuses, the fast action bonuses, until I say we're gone. It's over. We're done. Right? So we got one slot left. How do you handle refunds? So we have less than a 1% refund rate. The way that we handle refunds is, in all honesty, the items are like 98 cents. I just give people their money back, and I say keep the item. Like, I don't care. It's 98 cents. Like, it's not worth my time to like have you package it up, send it back, and all this and that. But we have less than a 1% refund rate, and I go over that in ESA, and I show you how to mimic and duplicate my strategy. So it's literally, it's not a problem. When should I hire virtual assistants? I recommend that you start hiring virtual assistants, which, by the way, it's like $150 a month for a virtual assistant in the Philippines, and they'll do your customer service and stuff for you whenever you need it. But I would be making like, I don't know, $500 a day. I would say when you start making about $500 a day, that's a great time to hire virtual assistants, because you've got like some traffic, some sales coming in, and you're not going to want to sit around and do the tedious stuff. You're going to want to think about, how can I make $1,000 a day, or $1,500 a day, or $5,000 a day. So that's where virtual assistants come in handy. Is Facebook ads the best marketing platform? In my opinion, yeah. I mean, Facebook ads, everybody's on Facebook. People use Google, but they live on Facebook. People watch YouTube, but they live on Facebook. What type of advertising budget do I need? Listen, I've said it like, I don't know, 50 times. $5 a day budget. That's what you start with. There's no hidden, anything there. It's literally you start. Look, let me take you back. I have to always say the same stuff again and again, but I guess it's okay. Let me just take you back to a post that Harriet made. Here it is. So Harriet made a post. This one actually was pretty recent. So Harriet made a post that said, I think this was it. She did my 3-day email promotion. She followed my template, right? She made about oh, here it is. All right. All of my ads were started at $5 a day. Then I scaled them from there depending on how much each ad made. All right, and she made $35,000 in sales. All right, this is one of the campaigns she'd run that she's showing us. She made $35,000 in sales. All right, and she started her ads with a $5 a day budget. So listen, you're not going to make millions of dollars off $5, but what you are going to do is you're going to be able to see very quickly what ads are making you money, what ads are not making you money. If it's making you money, hey, spend more to make more, spend more to make more. If it's making you a profit, why on earth would you not try to spend more to get more? But you don't have to have a massive budget to earn money and see if your ad is actually going to work. All right, so all of my students, like Cameron here, says that he started brand new back in August, and he did $30,000 in revenue at this point when he made this post. Matt says in 1 week he made $312. Guys, there's still one slot left. Go to the links below. You can get the payment plan. You can do the full pay. It's up to you. Payment plan link is at the bottom right. Go to that link and get enrolled. The full pay link is in the bottom left. So go to that link, get enrolled. We got one fast action slot left. In 30 days at the time that Justin made this post, he made $16,000, boom, in 30 days. He's doing that. You could be getting results too. But you've got to get started. You've got to get in this course, and you've got to learn how to do this stuff. It's crazy if you don't. All right, so Jose made $30 in his first day. All right. Oh, I love what he just said. I got my first orders today while I was asleep. It's an amazing feeling to have your first sale, especially when it took me a long time to get started. I wanted to thank you all here for the support. I want to thank Adrian for putting all of this together. So he made $30 in his sleep. Not like changing his life, right? But pretty awesome to wake up to your first couple of sales. Allie, I showed you this one. Alex Chin, 30 days, made $105,000. You've got Amit here, $100,000 in a single month. Look, y'all, we're about to have to sign off. We got one fast action slot left. I already know it's going to be taken. We've got a lot of people in this webinar, and a lot of people wait till the very last minute, and then they all freak out and try to get in. So we got one slot left that's still available. Go to the links below, get enrolled, get started, and change your future. You have the power to change the path that your life is now on. But until you realize that, and until you step outside of the box that you're currently in, you're in you're kind of in prison, right? A lot of you are in prison. I was in prison when I worked at a car care clinic for $5.15 an hour. You know, I got straight F's and D's in college. I failed computer class in the 6th grade. Can you believe that? I failed computer. Now I'm an internet multimillionaire, right? My art teacher told me I'd be lucky if I was a garbage man when I grew up because I wasn't smart. I'm very ADD. I was in special classes. In the 4th and 5th grade, I had that extra time. I was a slow reader, right? They wanted to hold me back. And in college, I struggled to keep up with everybody else. I wanted to be an attorney. That was my dream, to be an attorney when I was in college. I took the LSAT 3 times, bombed it every time. I got rejected from all the law schools that I applied to that I wanted to get in. And I literally felt like a loser. And I was dead broke. My girlfriend worked a job waiting tables to take care of me and fund me while I had tried to study to get into law school, which I failed miserably at. And I felt like a loser. I never thought that I would ever amount to anything. And then one day I woke up and I said, I don't want to be a loser. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to accept that fate. I want to change it. And that's when I started doing internet marketing. And all of a sudden, now I have people all over the world that listen and learn from me. The kid that failed computer in 6th grade, the kid that had to be in special classes. I'm not saying that I'm smart. What I'm saying is that if I can do it, so can you, right? The difference between me and you right now, if you haven't gotten in yet, is I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I finally said I want to do something about it, outside the box, outside my comfort zone. And I made a stretch, and I took that $5 an hour that I was making, and I invested. How do you think it came with the $5 a day strategy? I took $5, that's 1 hour of work for me at that time, and so I'm going to take every day 1 hour of my work. I'm going to dedicate it as a budget to my ads. And I would work, and I would take that money out of my check, and I would invest it in my ads. Now I'm making up to $40,000 a day. I started at zero, just right there at step 1, where you are. Now I want to take you, and I want to fast forward you through all the crap I had to get through to get to where I am, and all the learning curves I had to figure out on my own. And I personally want to take you under my wing, and I want to show you how to bypass all of it and just duplicate where I'm already at. I'm going to take you 10 years into the future. And that's what ESA is it's everything that I did right? And everything that I tell you everything not to do. And I help you bypass that trial and error and just get to the good stuff, right? Get in a vehicle that's gassed up and that's made to run for a long time, long lasting. Because you want long-term success. You want consistent income. You want complete and total control. You want an email list that you can use to continuously earn money in email. We made $50,000 last month with our email list. I didn't even do anything. I didn't even send the emails. One of my assistants did, right? That's automated income. That's what you could do. That's what so many others are doing online right now too. But we still got that one spot left. So make sure that you get in. Let's see, how much time do you have to put in every day? I don't put in any time anymore, like maybe 30 minutes a day. When I first started, 2 hours a day or so. I would put in about 2 hours a day. I'd get home from work and I would put in 2 hours or so a day at the end of the night. Or I would get back from my night classes, and before I would go to bed, I'd put a little bit of time in. But see, the thing is, once you get it running, because in Ecom Success Academy, I go over how to hire virtual assistants. There's a whole virtual assistant course in there. That's the thing that I want you to realize, is this isn't just how to start a Shopify store. This is how to start a Shopify store, start drop shipping, start a Facebook advertising business, right? Hire virtual assistants, and prep your business to sell. It is the entire package, right? There's no other course to buy. There's no upsells. When you get inside, we're not going to say, oh, by the way, you got to buy this if you really want to make it work. None of that BS is in there. You invest whatever's on the screen right now, you get in, there's no upsells, and guess what else? In the future, when we update Ecom Success Academy, you get it for free. When I make updates, you don't have to pay for updates. You literally are grandfathered in to all updates. So I'm never going to come back and say, oh, we got ESA 3.0, but you got to pay for it. Not going to happen. You go all in, you invest, and then I'm going to continue to invest in you, like I did with the art licensing deal, like I did with my campaigns that I give away to my VIP students, right? I'm going to continue to give. I'm only asking you to invest in yourself. I'm not asking you to do anything for me. You're doing this for you. You might be doing this for your loved ones and your family, right? And I am going to be there, and I'm going to be online with you every single week. I'm going to be training you, and we're going to continue your education on my weekly Profit Power Hour webinars. You're going to have everything inside ESA. You're going to be able to join this epic Facebook group with all of my success students. You're going to be able to mingle with over 100 success students of mine that have proved over $10 million in earnings reports. You're going to be able to chat with them in our group. They're on our webinars. You're going to get to rub shoulders. Your network is your net worth, and success leaves clues. So you got to start picking them up. And right here, right now, is where your profit trail should begin, right? And it's time to start picking up those clues, and it's time to start rubbing shoulders and surrounding yourself with people that you want to be like. Go to the links below, get enrolled. We got one fast action slot left, y'all. We're going to go ahead. We're going to shut this webinar down. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Congrats to all of my Ecom Success Academy students. Congrats to everybody for getting in. Make sure that you go to those links because there is still some time left. You get enrolled. You choose your plan. You become one of my next success students. I will see you on our next Profit Power Hour. You're going to be getting a weekly trainings with me every single week. Continue your education. And I'm telling you, this might be one of the best decisions you make in your entire life. It might change your life. You'll never know unless you try it and you get started. You gotta ask yourself, what do you have to lose? Or what's more of the risk? Is it more of a risk to wake up tomorrow and continue to do the same things that aren't currently working? Or is it more of a risk to invest in something that could bring something back? You stand to lose a lot more by not getting started with this. I can promise you that. Charles Green, it would have cost him 200 grand in sales to not get started. Think about that. So go to the links below. Thank you all so much for coming on here tonight, getting educated, hanging out with me. Congrats to my ESA students. There's still that one slot left, so it's still up for grabs. I'm sure somebody will grab it. I want to congratulate everybody. Thank you all. I wish you a ton of success. I always say hashtag crush it. And whatever you do, just get started. Everybody starts at step one. So did I. So did some of the greatest people in the world. They all started at step one. Let's do this. All right. Good night, y'all. Oh, I almost forgot the money. So we're giving away the money. Let me go ahead and give away the $200. I just got all caught up in the moment. We're going to be giving away $200 cash money. So our cash prize winner is going to be, let me just randomly select them from the chat box. All right, it's going to be, we are going to have Kayla Klein. My mouse randomly landed on you. Kayla Klein, go ahead, give me your PayPal address in the chat box, Kayla. So go ahead, give me your PayPal address, Kayla, and I am going to send you $200. So sorry, I almost forgot to do that. I'm so focused on ESA because this is so much more valuable than a $200 giveaway. I don't know, Kayla, if you're an ESA or not, but if you aren't, I would take this $200 and I would invest it into marketing, or I would invest it in this program, or you can go buy yourself a really nice dinner. I don't know. It's up to you. Kayla, you also asked, Saul, because the question you asked when I landed on you was, did you have any students who struggled to make money? I had students in the very beginning that were brand new, obviously, that had a longer path to success. But the great part about this is you could work at your own pace. So we had students that maybe they didn't make money their first week. Maybe it took them 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Some of them, it took them 2 months to get their first sale. Then they just shot up, right? And they just started crushing it. So everybody has a different success rate. We had some students that came in and crushed it overnight. So everybody's going to be different. But yeah, we have all sorts of people come in. Everybody works at their own pace. So Kayla, I've got your email address. It looks like you got a Gmail address. Congrats to you for being our $200 cash prize winner. Once again, y'all, hashtag crush it. Get in Ecom Success Academy. There's still 1 slot left, actually. So get in. The fast action bonuses are still available. I will see you inside the members area. I will see you on our weekly webinars. And I want to thank you so much for joining me on this live webinar. All right. Good night, y'all.